the consciousness of the art that man and God are one. That's how it ought to be. That's what we're taught. That's how it ought to be. The truth don't change, and law is a part of me. Where wisdom is the consciousness of the art that man and God are one. That's how it ought to be. That's what we're taught. That's how it ought to be. The truth don't change, and law is a part of me. Where wisdom is the consciousness of being conscious that you're conscious, of being conscious that you're conscious, cause you can go back to sleep or return to the state where the prophet found you. Wisdom is the consciousness of being conscious that you are unconscious, dripping in the cares of the world that almost drowned you. And now the rock of your salvation is only a step away from everything you used to do and everything you used to say and all those awful things you kept around you. If I can get you to think, I can get you to free yourselves. You're Moorish Americans, be yourselves. Our prophet, noble to Ali, that's what he taught. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, cause wisdom is the consciousness of the art that man and God are one. That's how it ought to be. That's what we're taught. That's how it ought to be. Cause truth don't change, and law is a part of me. Where wisdom is the consciousness of the art that man and God are one. That's how it ought to be. That's what we're taught. That's how it ought to be. Cause truth don't change, and law is a part of me. Where wisdom is the consciousness.
It is the knowledge of the lower self, the sensing of powers of man himself. Okay, now let's break down the wisdom. It is the consciousness that man is all. And a lot of men are one, the north is north. And power is but illusion. That heaven and earth and hell are not around, above, below, but within. Which in the light of art becomes naught, and Allah is all mercy, all power, all wisdom, all knowledge, all truth. We got the proof. Making surety that man will become deity with the ladder of salvation reaches from the heart of man to the heart of the creator. Precepts will make you greater. Believe, faith, fruition. That's the current mission. See it all through and become one with the truth.
Wisdom is the consciousness of the art that man and God are one. That's how it ought to be. That's what we're taught. That's how it ought to be. Cause truth don't change, and law is a part of me. Where wisdom is the consciousness of the art that man and God are one. That's how it ought to be. That's what we're taught. That's how it ought to be. Cause truth don't change, and law is a part of me. Where wisdom is the consciousness. That's my story.
All right, here we go again. Yeah. Time to check some people.
Moorish world.
To Harker Bank. I guess I gotta do what I gotta do. That's right. That's all. We for love, truth, peace, and freedom. Won't nobody do it, leave it to me, I will. You lames, you gotta chill, you so not real. I've been watching you fake snakes acting different, cause you don't live in the hood and don't get public assistance. Man, my people be tripping when they think they better. All type of degrees, still dumber than ever. So corrupt and foul, but they know how to hide. They polish their life and look good on the outside before the veil back and I expose them all. They be tricking worse than them shorties up in the mall, getting high as a kite, beating their wife and got a mistress and got another look down on you. The brothers is cursed, even worse than the no not. We know who you are, but all the heck you do is throw shots. We see what you got. Okay, you made it through school. Okay, you overcame. Lord, homie, that's cool. That's cool. So you done came up with your little education. Now you want to look down on me and my people.
Wanna feast fit for
We'll
the
keep on
season
looking
and
down.
red luck.
That's right. And watch us. We on the come up.
That's right, fam.
Let's go. I'm sick and tired of these lame old frauds. Keep picking up the mic device, acting so hard. I've been through that fire, the type of things you never heard of. Little lanes like you will commit self-murder. You acting like life's so sweet over a beat. In the street without the heat, you clowns is weak. In the spot, in the box, you straight mince meat. Them tattooed tears make you look like a geek. Little sideshow freak, acting like they G, acting like they me, or who I used to be. But they all be embellishing, no effing intelligence. Taking care of your seeds, irrelevant, impressing them shorties, cause she got a little shape. While her nail and her weave, her whole style is fake. How can she be a dime, her brain flat line? Her birth canal is probably foul as swine. Yeah. Spit a few bars, somebody put you on. Now you act like you hard. You ain't hard, no. Straight bluffing. Exactly. I'm getting at you. Let's go. I'm trying to tell you all, just wake up. How many lives will we destroy to get caked up? How much time will it take us to even the score? How many dope fiend babies on the NICU floor? How many queens gotta turn into crackhead whores before we understand our savior is just to be born? We got our eyes to the sky, the solution is in us. God put that with us, we born winners. We choose to be sinners. I play along, forgive us and forgive me for the way that I choose to deliver. But the message is the same as the Moorish Quran, but I say it in a way that certain people will respond. So go ahead, come on, man. Let me run you back. Judgment and go sit around and watch. All right, here we go again. Let's run this back, man. Time to check some people. Moorish up, man. To all the bad. I'm no good, fam. I guess I got you. What I got you. That's right. We go hard, baby. Yeah, we full love. You feel me? Truth, peace, and freedom. Check this out. What up, fam? Won't nobody do it, leave it to me, I will. You lame, you gotta chill, you so not real. I've been watching you fake snakes acting different, cause you don't live in the hood and don't get public assistance. Man, my people be tripping when they think they better. All type of degrees, still dumber than ever. So corrupt and foul, but they know how to hide. They polish their life and look good on the outside before the veil back and I expose them all. They be tricking worse than them shorties up in the mall. Getting high as a kite, beating their wife and got a mistress and got enough to look down on you. The brothers is cursed, even worse than a no-knock. We know who you are, but all the heck you do is throw shots. We see what you got. Okay, you made it to school. Okay, you overcame. Little homie, that's cool. That's cool. So, share the link, fam. You done came up. Press that thumbs up. Now you want to look down on me? Yeah. We'll keep on looking down. What up, T-Dub? What up? And why? We on the come up. What up, Remy? Let's go. I'm sick and tired of these lame old frauds. Keep picking up the mic device, acting so hard. I've been through that fire, the type of things you never heard of. Little lanes like you will commit self-murder. You acting like life's so sweet over a beat. In the street without the heat, you clowns is weak. In the spot, in the box, you straight mince meat. Them tattooed tears make you look like a geek. Little sideshow freak, acting like they G, acting like they me, who I used to be. But they all be embellishing, no having intelligence. Taking care of these irrelevant, impressing them shorties, cause she got a little shape. But her nail and her weave, her whole style is fake. How can she be a dime, her brain flat line? Her birth canal is probably foul as swine. Oh! Yeah. Spit a few bars. What up, dog? Somebody put you on. Yeah. Now you act like you hard. You ain't hard, no. What up, Cleveland? Straight bluffing. Exactly. Yeah. I'm getting at you. Let's go. I'm trying to tell you all, just wake up. How many lives will we destroy to get caked up? How much time will it take us to even the score? How many dope fiend babies on the NICU floor? How many queens gotta turn into crackhead whores before we understand our same day is yet to be born? We got our eyes to the sky, the solution is in us. God put that with us, we born winners. We choose to be sinners. I play Allah, forgive us and forgive me for the way that I choose to deliver. But my message is the same as the Moorish Quran, but I say it in a way that certain people will respond. So go and talk, ridicule and judge me, and go sit around and watch things get ugly when it all fall apart. The people you look down on, they be the only one that you can count on. For shit ain't look like your what up, nigga? Friend. We need to realize we all we got in the end. That's right. Nobody coming to your rescue but you. Instead of running your mouth, won't you see what you can do? Your life is only worth what you sacrifice. Get about people stop. Hey, that's only trifling. Asiatic, stop being so trifling. Come on, people, stop being so trifling. Time all right, come up. Y'all ready? Stop playing, man. Y'all ready? More stuff. This is only fit. Let's go. This is how it's mad. Oh, tapping on tapping, representing the lessons. Yeah, you screaming black power, but what the hell is the progression? Oh, tapping on tapping, misrepresenting the lessons. Yeah, you screaming black power. What up, Hicks Bass? Oh, tapping on tapping. Who on tapping now? Mama had them whole tapping smash. No tapping, but like your brain, your face. You just keep screaming black power, but you ain't busting the grace. Silly said he be yelling, he do a whole lot of cussing. He be talking a lot, but ain't saying nothing. Tell you bang on the beat, but he don't bang in the streets. Yeah, he bang on the mic and charge you for a seat. Yes, peep what they say and then peep how they roll. Shaka put on his makeup and said he powdered his nose. Yo, you gotta be kidding me, talking about my fans. Shaka rocking that Remy and said he a cokehead. We call him Remy and Coke. Oh, yeah, that boy's not a joke. I wish they would step to me and I be going for broke. So they have talk with a lesson, prefer to stick to the lesson. They be talking about morals like they be banning them weapons. I know they only hold up my phone down. They fake with the lessons. They be talking the hard, but where the hell is the progression? No tapping, misrepresenting the lessons. Yeah, come on in the chat. But where the hell is the progression? No tapping, yeah, they fake with the lessons. Yeah, they screaming black power, but where the hell is the progression? No tapping, misrepresenting. We have a conversation. Yeah, they screaming black power, but where the hell is the progression? No tapping. Yeah, they screaming black power, but where the hell is the progression? You know better than the testimony. I think I told you before, but look what happened to your boy. And now you got this Maybelline queen up on my screen. We grew a mustache, now you know what that means. Low self-esteem and got something to prove. That's right, I love Jesus, I got nothing to lose. I put my life on the line and I bear my cross. The Jesus that I come to love, walk like a boss. Yeah, he flip over tables and I ride through the streets on the back of a land because your clowns are weak. Y'all managed to reach, you should be mad as your teacher. He took you all the way to Kemet and he still couldn't reach you. My father, he was born in the state of NC. I was born in MD. You know where to reach me. Let's do one more. Let's do one more before I break it down. Waiting on Polight. We not enlightened or impressed. No tapping, misrepresenting the lessons. Yeah, you screaming. Now y'all know I gotta tell my boy Polight that I hit him with a ball on this. This is gonna be a good show. Let's go. Yeah. It's there we go. I'll be your friend, man. Hey, this for my brother Joe Sinclair. Joey, this one for you, baby. Friend, bro. Help me out. Meet me halfway. I wanna be your friend. Peace and love. Let me be your friend. Peace and love. I said you ain't never met a more like. This is dedicated to the Canaanite Moors, the Canaan Moors, the Canaan Moors, and all of their followers. I want to be your friend. A peace and love. And you ain't never ever gonna meet one again. So let me be your friend. Peace and love. Let me be your friend. Peace and love. I said you ain't never met a more like me. And you ain't never ever gonna meet one again. I wanna be your friend. Peace and love. So let me be your friend. Peace and love. Hey yo, I used to be a thug until I met the prophet. Now I'm all about love, truth, peace, and freedom till I return to Allah. One day we gon' meet him. I'm all about justice, that's the focus of the message. Sometimes Asiatics make me wanna forget the lessons. I be all up in my passion from all the Moorish passion. All things considered, I start laughing. A grown man with a ponytail, another calling us Neanderthal, and he all pale. I mean for real, this is what it comes to, my brother. We got nothing better to do to talk down to each other. Yeah, we can get scholarly, but we can get good. We are the children of our father, and the rest of our mother has nursed us all. And first of all, we people out of pain trying to murder us my brother, tell the elder the same. Cause on the real, my man, I'm really about them things. I can take the feds off and get back in the low. And return to the state where they used to call me dope. But no, I'm rolling with the prophet of Allah. What love, not war. Standing on that floor, then I'm holding the square. The compass in the axe that might be too deep. Yo, let's not get off track. See, our prophet was an adapt. Do you know what that is? An Egyptian adapt is a brother who lived by the universal science developed in the Nile. We call it Islamism, but it's the same, my child. Sit at the foot of a master. I trained you up, but I might have to bang you up. I still love you. And those that's talking that this ain't Islam, everything the prophet taught is in the Quran. All that other stuff, prostrate and cover up is just the start. And there's space to me, the law is the heart. You can dress like Imhotep, but you can dress like a herb. By the Moorish American Muslim unifies the word. You can say what you want about Dr. York, but he gave you different variations of the same thought. You don't appreciate that. You won't appreciate me. Appreciate the holy and divine true Ali. People refuse to admit it. He's the first that ever did it. Europeans hope that the Moors will forget it, but we here, strong, alive and well, resurrected from hell, with a story to tell. So pay attention and listen and consider the facts. You know it's humanly impossible for you to be black. I guess a Chinaman is yellow, a Mexican is brown. Just think for a second how ridiculous it sounds. We can turn it around, but we must unite. It's okay to disagree, but we don't have to fight. Cause if we have to fight, you know how we get. I'm still learning to love. No, I'm not there yet. So working with me, fam, and I'ma work with you. And let's all work together and do what we gotta do. Cause on the real side, we haven't made no progress since 1929. When the prophet left the flesh, we got an Asiatic president. Men marrying men, psycho shooting up a club and don't see his own sin. And those that say they conscious, that took your fuck. Move straight to Hollywood, straight to living it up. And y'all picking it up, straight cheesing and grinning. But it was your bread to help us set it off in the beginning. Be careful what you put in your soul, cause it can blind you. Unfortunately, some people get paid to misguide you. Oh yeah, I wanna be your friend. Peace and love. Let me be your friend. Peace and love. I said you ain't never, and you will never. You ain't never, ever, ever. You ain't never met a more like this, and you ain't never, ever gonna be one again. I wanna be your friend. Peace and love. So let me be your friend. Peace and love. Oh yeah, you ain't never met a more like this, and you ain't never, ever gonna meet one again. So let me be your friend. Peace and love. So let me be your friend. Peace and love. I wanna be your friend. Yeah. Let me be your friend. We ain't trying to be enemies. I wanna be your, so let me be your, I wanna be your friend. Hey, yeah. Islam family, how y'all doing? Welcome to another edition of Moorish World TV. This is Moorish World TV. This is our world. We are trying to create a Moorish world. I got my brother Polight. He's running behind a little bit, but he said he's going to be on in a few minutes. Nevertheless, I want to say this. This is Moorish World TV. We're trying to get to the information. We want to get to interesting topics. We want to get to the meat of, if you're a vegetarian, it's a metaphor, okay? We want to get to the root of issues as it relates to information. Also, who somebody or anybody is somebody, whoever they is, let's talk to them. So that's what this is about today. I've always had an interest and what we call the conscious community. A while ago, when I started watching them videos on Sinetta TV, I gained a great interest in the conscious community as it relates to disseminating information. But before I carry on, let me say this. First and foremost, I rise giving praise to the great God of the universe, Allah. I give honor to his noble, illustrious prophet Noble Drew Ali. I give honor to all those who doing their part and uplifting fallen humanity, whether I agree or not. You know, if they in their heart feel they doing the best that they can do what they have to work with, I honor you for that. We ain't talking about no division and all that cursing people. I'm talking about uplifting fallen humanity. Use the best that you got to uplift our people. I honor you for that. Now, I give honor to all everything pertaining to Moorish, because I believe that this is our roadmap out of this madness. That's just me. I have faith that the Prophet Noble Drew Ali had the remedy to this sickness. I believe that. I have faith in that. Matter of fact, I know that. Now, I just want you to know that. And I believe also that we can get out of this together. And that's the purpose of Moorish World TV. But back to what I was saying, I used to watch these videos, right? This was before Shinetta used to put up the videos as he do now. What he used to do is he used to take videos that was pre-recorded, and they could have been all type of, they could have been Moorish brothers, Dr. Ben, or Ivan Van Sertima. He would upload them. And when he would upload these videos, I would get off from what I was doing that day, working, whatever, and click on, hoping that he uploaded a video, And this is before Brother Polight came on the scene, so to say, as it relates to social media, YouTube. Anyway, when the brother brought Brother Polight on, I automatically, and if y'all can front if y'all want, I automatically was like, who is this guy? Who is this guy? You know, and as I watched him, I was like, man, this man is witty. This brother is witty. And then they started coining the phrase, the young phenom, all of this stuff. You know, they hyping it up now. They actually make it like a comic book hero, the young phenom. And it seemed like every conversation that this brother Polight had with somebody, it always ended up that Polight seemed to be outwitted them. And I'm not going to say outsmarted them, because I believe all knowledge, all information is good information, whether you choose to say, I don't like that, so I won't do that, or whether you choose to say, yes, I'll use that. And so all information is relative to a degree. But nevertheless, I never looked as a victor and a loser. I always looked at it like, man, this is entertaining. It was entertaining to me. And the moment when it went to the left is when and Polight was a part of it. They would go and they would look for people of different, should I say, religious persuasion or different ideology. And then, you know, they would clash, chopping it up. Why you do this? The Hebrews say this, and Kemetic say this. I mean, it was just total pandemonium as it related to information. But it was entertaining. It really was. So to me, I was entertained from it. I never took it personal. And I would look at people write comments. Oh my goodness. They went and Polight was an agent. Shinetta is an agent. I mean, hey, I don't judge people from that perspective, personally me, because I gotta see. You know what I mean? You gotta do some agent-y stuff to me. You know what I mean? I think those things that we don't sling around. It's like when I was coming up, right? In Baltimore, you couldn't call no man a B. If you called a man a B in Baltimore, man, that might be the end of your, that might be history. It might be over, you know. And so I don't sling around titles like that. I think those things that slung around like that is a lot for weak guys that cannot ask a question or have an intelligent conversation, you know. And if you think somebody's an agent, ask them. You know what I'm saying? Try to get put yourself in position to ask him. Brother, I'm gonna ask the brother tonight. I mean, I'm gonna ask him in a few minutes. You know what I mean? Ask him, you know. But that's what men do. You know, it's kind of like today, I get the alert, Sabir Bey is going online and he's talking about something that happened on the show with the attorney. But this brother won't come on the show. He won't meet you in person. He's talking about he get paid for his time, but he do an hour live stream every day. You understand what I'm saying? Because he don't want to put the raw next to that little foolishness that he be demonstrating. And that's my brother. I love my brother. But let me tell you something. Until he is willing to sit down and put the facts next to my facts or my brother's facts next to his facts, brother, you are singing to the choir. We are willing to sit next to anybody. Ali's men is willing to sit next to anybody and compare the two. But I went off a little bit. But anyway, where I was at. Anyway, Brother Polight, Brother Polight, they will go toe to toe, man, and they would chop it up. And I thought it was rather entertaining. But a lot of people will call agents and call these names and call that names. And I just never was into the name calling. I always thought that was childish to me. You know what I mean? Because once you called me out my name, you know what I mean? When I was younger, only two things was happening. You know what I mean? One was them shiny bracelets. You know, but them bracelets, you know, they're way back. One was them shiny old bracelets, you know what I'm saying? Or one was them fluids flying out your mouth. You know what I mean? That's just what it was. So I never was into calling names. I like to have conversation, intellectual conversation. But nevertheless, my brother Polight, I think him and Sinetta took YouTube conscious community to another level, whether you like it or not. They did. They took it to a whole nother level. Everybody was just uploading videos. Everybody just had these videos, and they would just upload them, whoever it was, you know. And they took it to another level. And I think for that alone deserve honor, man. They took that thing to another level. I'm not saying you have to agree with them. I mean, we can agree that they took it to another level, but that don't mean you have to agree with the doctrine. You don't have to agree with their approach to life. Nobody is saying that, you know. And we got to learn to accept our differences amongst one another. All of us is not going to agree on everything. That's it. Now, so anyway, brother Polight, when they took it to that another level, it went into the area where they went from group to group to group. They went from the Hebrews to the Black Power, Black Panther. They went up against different groups of Hebrews. And I knew that the Moors was coming around. I knew that the Moors was going to be next in line. And when it came time for the brother to come up against the Moors, Polight was nowhere to be found. And I literally, personally me, I literally was so frustrated when they were coming up against the Moors, because it seemed to me that nobody, this is like December of last year. This is like October, September through December of last year. Sinetta was hitting the Moors hard. He had Brooklyn Intelligence come out there. Shout out to the brothers, Brooklyn Moors, Kareem and them. I mean, they came out and they just would not stop. They just would not stop for nothing, you know. And so the problem is that I never seen Polight jump in the middle of it. But I'm telling you, I was loading up my arsenal. As I was planning this channel, if I was planning this channel, the channel was planned around the fact that we have got to defend real Moorish science. And that was the thought in the birth of Moorish World TV. And now, as the year went towards the end last year, Sharif took the debate. Oh, man, Sharif took the debate for April the 10th. Still, Polight was nowhere to be found. Come to find out, Polight said, I did see Brother Polight. He had to get a business to our brother Lord Berg Ill on 125. Brother Sharif was there. But anyway, they went in, but nevertheless, Polight still never came at the Moors. And for that alone, I had to respect the brother for that. Because I'm not one that's about division, regardless what people say. I'm not one that's about division. I'm not one that's about the conflict. But I don't mind a good debate every now and then, like everybody else. You know what I mean? I don't mind that. But anyway, today we sitting here. We're going to have Brother Polight here. I'm going to ask him all the questions that people have been asking and assuming that's going on with the Brother Polight. He said he's on his way. He was running behind. He told me hold him down, and he'll be here in a minute. So that's cool. We're going to wait for him for a second. But as we wait for him, let me tell you this. Let me see. So again, let me get back to this other issue that we're going to address real quick. This other issue is this brother Sabir Bey. Sabir Bey. And I call names when I come. You know what I mean? He taking these pop shots, you know. And I asked him today, is what he teach more science? He said, I ain't talking about Noble Drew Ali. He is telling me that he's not teaching from the doctrine of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I'm good with that. I am very, very much good with that. I was just waiting for you to say it. You know, if you're not teaching from the doctrine of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, just tell the people so they can separate the two. This brother had the nerve to say, we still teaching like we in the 20s, as if Prophet Noble Drew Ali teachings is not universal, as if the teachings do not transcend time, as if he is not sitting from Almighty God Allah himself to address the problems and the needs of the people, as if we cannot articulate something from 1920 to 2016. This brother is tripping. This brother's truly tripping. Half of these brothers are not Moors. Half of these brothers are Moors by name alone. Let me say this. Half of these brothers are not Moors as it relates to the teachers of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Let me say that. Because you are Moor whether you like it or not. But I'm talking about subscribing to the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Nah. Half of these brothers are not that. This brother showed a bunch of books that he's studying. Matter of fact, I wish I could screenshot it real quick. He showed a bunch of books that he was studying, and not one of them was the Circle 7. All of them was majority, 80% European written books. All of them European. He don't even have a foundation in Moorish science and got a nerve to talk about some Moorish science. Brother, come on, man. You need a foundation in Moorish science. You know, you need a foundation in Moorish science before you reach out to anything else. And that's why we gone so crazy. Most people that talk this stuff, they haven't even been to a temple. Most people talk this stuff have never even seen the inside of a temple. And most people that talk this stuff, talking about, if the brother had the nerve to say, I'm not worried about no title. I'm not worried about being no sheik. I'm not worried about being no doctor. I'm not. Guess what? Because you don't have the discipline to maintain, to earn that title. That's why, and that's what people say. And that's what people say. When they don't have the discipline to earn something, they try to belittle it. Oh man, I ain't with that. I ain't with that. So I invite the brother. Brother, come on the show. Matter of fact, we'll come on your show. But this is a better platform, I think. You know, I'm going to be fair. I'm going to be fair. I'm not going to be disrespectful. I'm not going to call names. That ain't what I do. Come on the show. And when you come on the show, let's compare the two reasoning. Let's sit down and reason, brother. Can we reason? Let's sit down and reason and see who is telling the truth. See, it's easy to talk when you got a bunch of supporters behind you that been behind you for the last 10 to 15 years. And I always say, the Moors dropped the ball. But guess what? It's picked up now. Ain't no more free lunch. You've been getting away with this. You know, you say, where was the Moors when you was making the documentary? The ball had been dropped. Where was you at when you was teaching civics? Where was the Moors at? The ball had been dropped. It's picked up now. Yeah, it's picked up now. So don't be talking like, where was the Moors with this? The ball was dropped. It's a new day for the Moors now. The ball is picked up now. You feel me? The ball is picked up now. And now you ain't getting away with this. You ain't getting away selling this false Moorish science to nobody. Get over it. You know what I mean? Time is up. You had your time. You made your money. Now it's time for the true teachers of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali to come through. Now it's time to come with some integrity. Now it's time to come with some respect. Time for the new teachers, the new Moors to come through. The third and fourth generation Moors come through that hold the Prophet up high, not Black Law's dictionary. That hold the Prophet up high, not the civics that you learned in some book off of R.V. Bay publication. Time for the new Moors to come through. And all the Moors that's on here, that subscribe to the teaching of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, come on through. Study your Holy Quran as the Prophet said. Study your one-on-ones. Study your divine constitution and bylaws. And from that, let that be your foundation. And then study Black Law's Dictionary if you want to. And then you can study the books of Buddha. And then you can study the Holy Quran of Mecca. But first, do what the prophets say. Get a grasp of the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Get a grasp of the one-on-ones. Get a grasp of the divine constitution and bylaw before you branch out. Because if you don't, you're going to be mixed up like everybody else. You're going to be mixed up like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to be mixed up like everybody else, go ahead and grab that other stuff first. You'll be talking just like them. You're going to get mad at Tahaka Bay and you're going to curse them out. You're going to be making emojis with agent on the head. You're going to be talking about Tahaka Bay is a dirty Moor. That's what you're going to be talking. Because you don't know the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, who was sent by the by Allah. You don't know. You know what I mean? Let me check on the brother real quick. You know what I mean? So that's it. Bottom line, you need to get these lessons right. You know what I mean? Get these lessons right. Study the Holy Quran before you go into Black Law's Dictionary. Nobody's saying you don't got to go into Black Law's Dictionary. Enjoy yourself. But first, get a firm foundation in the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Get a firm foundation. If you don't have a firm foundation in the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, all of that other stuff is for naught. I said it. I guarantee you, if you put any of these brothers that called me an agent next to me to talk about the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America, it will be like I'm speaking Chinese. They won't even understand it because they grab this other stuff. We got a true and divine prophet sitting from Allah, divinely prepared. Man, stop playing, man. Y'all got to stop playing with this thing. This is a real deal here. You know what I mean? It's a new day, man. It's a new day, brother.
I rise.
Yeah, here we go.
Allah.
Get him online.
Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Giving honor to the forerunner of the prophet. It's a new day for the Moors. Hey Moors, hey Moors. It's a new day for the Moors. Islam, Islam. It's a new day for the Moors. Hey Moors, Islam, Islam. It's a new day for the Moors. Hey Moors, hey Moors. It's a new day for the Moors. Oh yeah, Islam. It's a new day for the Moors. Y'all made me do it, ain't wanna do it. Try to work with y'all when I was going through it. They hit the streets, they wanna hit the streets, you wanna stay in the temple. Same speech, same talk, same bark, no bite. Well, alright, I'm Tahaka Bay and I'ma handle that. My prophet wrote to me, said handle that. Now front and center, front line. Look at y'all, what mine? But it ain't mine, it's God's plan, a law plan. Oh man, 2016, all you gonna see is Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Old Moors, step aside, 34, come on, let's ride. Hey! It's a new day for the Moors. Hey Moors, hey Moors. It's a new day for the Moors. Oh yeah, Islam. It's a new day for the Moors. Hey, it's a new day for the Moors. Hey Moors, hey Moors. It's a new day for the Moors. Oh yeah, Islam. It's a new day for the Moors. People visited by a prophet of God. And you mean to tell me we can't go hard? I'm a more of old, the one who rode the elephants over the Alps in the cold. He even went to Spain, rearranged the terrain, even tried to civilize Cain. Now cipher 2016, I'ma show you what this means. My tassel roll 360. Do you really think you can tell me what to do and say? Do you know I look up the boom and bang? I roll with the prophet, I'm a prophet more. Follow the prophets, so I profit more. Stop it more. I'm holding the world and make me drop it more. Now drop it more. It's a new day for the Moors. Hey Moors, hey Moors. It's a new day for the Moors. Oh yeah, Islam. It's a new day for the Moors. Chicago, Houston, Dallas, yeah. It's a new day for the Moors. Hey Moors, hey Moors. It's a new day for the Moors. Oh yeah, Islam. It's a new day for the Moors. Florida, Louisiana, Alabama, get in the
between you and I am the wisest. You never let your up, your household divided. Now you gonna teach anybody the truth when the people that love you, they don't believe you. Probably think you got jail religion. Need to wash off that stench of prison. Speaking of prison, that's all y'all are trying. Feeling about the children and y'all at that. Don't scrap that. I ain't even tripping. I show you what happened when the law gets you vision. No government grant and no food stamp. Know how to build a temple from watching the ants. From watching my prophet and listening to a law. I will be in hell if I listen to y'all. Listen to y'all. Talking on Moorish. Walking around broke. But never show for it. Oh! It's a new day for the Moors. Hey Moors, hey Moors. It's a new day for the Moors. Oh yeah, Islam. It's a new day for the Moors. Charlotte, Memphis, Cleveland, get in the car. Hey, it's a new day for the Moors. Hey Moors, hey Moors. It's a new day for the Moors. Oh yeah, Islam. It's a new day for the Moors. LA, Syracuse, Buffalo. Stop screaming, bragging about our greatness. 34th generation see through the fakeness. They don't really care about the bill of Granada. Their primary focus is Gucci, Prada. Who you uplifted? Nothing, nada. Who you uplifted? Nothing, nada, nothing, nada, nothing, 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 nada. Can't relate because your mind stays distorted from the past. It's a flexible blast on you and your staff. My young boys telling they becoming more trend. But before they learn to love, this is acceptable to sin. So watch your slander. They got the hammer, kinda like Peter, protecting Jesus. I'm a true early apostle. Don't get hostile. Claim, don't tell them what I do for the gospel. Oh! It's a new day for the Moors. Hey Moors, hey Moors. It's a new day for the Moors. Oh yeah, Islam. It's a new day for the Moors. San Diego's Portland. Everybody getting. Oh yeah. It's a new day for the Moors. Hey Moors, hey Moors. It's a new day for the Moors. Oh yeah, Islam. It's a new day for the Moors. East Coast, West, down south. Oh yeah. Time for the Moors to stand up. Stand up. We've been in the background too long. Get on your square, boy. It's a new day for the Moors today. To Harker Bay. Islam. Get at me. Islam family. We try and get Polight up in here. He was on his way home. He's still moving. He's en route, but he's gonna be here in a minute. But back to what I was saying. Hey, let me see. I'm gonna grab a pen. So we're gonna kill two birds with one stone. I want to know. I don't care what kind of questions it is. While we wait, it should be a few more minutes. While we waiting, I'm gonna look in the chat and grab some of these questions. Come on, get roll with me. Hit me a couple questions. Terrence Groves Ill, hit me with a couple questions. Let's go. Let's go. Reread D, hit me with a couple questions. Let's go. Yeah, we gonna let me call. I'm about to call him right now. Let's get him on. Let's get him on the line. You know what I mean? I guess he like to be like the superstars. You know them superstars. Them superstars like to move when they want to move. You know what I mean? I'm about to get him on the line though. Let's get him on the line. You know what I mean? Let me see what we got. Hold tight. Oh, but I ain't blocked you, man. I ain't blocked you, man. I don't like the name calling, man. I blocked you, brother. Brother, I don't like the name calling, family. You ain't got to call me no name, man. Come on, man. Cut it out. I mean, about to call the brother. Why I blocked you. What accusations, brother? You want to call in? Why you want to call in, brother? Tony Stark. He ain't Tony Stark. Come on, Tony Stark. Ain't no fraudulent accusations, brother. See what's going on.
Yeah.
Peace, brother. You ready set up?
Yeah, I'm about to be on in 2 minutes.
All right, family. He be on in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. You know. All right, my brother. Peace and love. He be on in 2 minutes. See, you see the psychosis, Riri? Riri! Riri! I feel you, Riri. I feel you, Riri. I feel you, Riri. How do the Moors feel about reparations? Oh, that's a Moorish question. All right, I'm going to write it down anyway. How do the Moors feel about reparations? I got you. That's a question for Polight. Oh, Oh, Tony Stark. What's the question, Tony Stark? What's the question, brother? Because he be on in 2 minutes. Let's get another song in before he comes. Let's go.
Yeah. Allah, Father, universe. Father, love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my God, and my salvation. By night and by day. Through his holy prophet. True I am. Amen. Amen. Let's go.
Side matter, you know better than the test of more. You the Jones, Reggie Fake, and you can rest for sure. We gon' teach them to love instead of hate. You wanna be uplift and educate. You wanna debate, y'all pathetic. And everybody wanna be comedic. Steady shaka, no anyone can get it. It's real down here, people, let's make it clear. I'm learning to love instead of hate, but I ain't there. Original, it's about time we check. You just stuff with men, you got disrespectful. I'ma keep it raw, you haven't met no more. And if you did, your approach wouldn't be so pissed poor. Red pill, get me the path, I do the math. How many other more 2 seconds I'm off your ass? So then I know exactly what he doing. He be hyping, he done kick. You 1990 Mike Tyson, about to get knocked the F out for sure. Got the balls on the run, it's one thing you left out. You right behind you, I'll be running you down. I respect you as an elder, but I'm sunning you now. Yeah, I love my brother Sam, but I got more love for God. The house of consciousness, a house of cards, a house of fraud. Lord, we go hard. You should have got the general to lead the charge, so we can smack them around like Polight did. Make them move on the hills like Polight did. That's right. Oh, I didn't even know I had that line in there. Oh, let's do it again. Let's do it again. You should have got the general to Lord, we go hard. You should have got the general to lead the charge, so we can smack them around like Polight did. Make them hard. You should have got the general to lead the charge. Make them move to Beverly Hills like Polight did. Let's smack them around like Polight did. Make them move to Beverly Hills like Polight did. That's right. The charge, so we can smack them around like Polight did. Make them move to Beverly Hills like Polight did. That's right. What up, Sweet? What up to the general to lead the charge, so we can smack them around like Polight did. Make them move to Beverly Hills like Polight. Hey, that was funny to me, family. Listen, that was funny to me. I didn't even remember that I had that line in there. But look, listen. I want to drop another song to you before you come. This is my friends, my sister Noelle and her husband from Philadelphia. Check it out.
Wisdom is the consciousness. The man got a one. That's how.
Hey, turn that off, man.
From the light. Hey, hold up. I gotta share this with you, bro.
Yeah.
This was on there. What's up, my brother? Check it out. I didn't even know I bigged you up in this song.
Love, truth, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my God, and my salvation.
Check it out.
By night and by day. Through his holy prophet.
I forgot all about this. Check it out.
Amen. Amen.
Check it out.
Let's go.
Side matter, you know better than the test of more. You the Jones, Reggie Fake, and you can rest for sure. We gon' teach them to love instead of hate. Lord, we uplift and educate. You wanna debate, y'all pathetic. And everybody wanna be competitive. Steady shaka, anyone can get it. It's real down here, people, let's make it clear. I'm learning to love instead of hate, but I ain't there. Original, it's about time we check. You just stuff with mental nature, you got disrespectful. I'ma keep it raw, you haven't met no more. And if you did, your approach wouldn't be this poor. Red pill, gave me the path, I do the math. How many other more 2 seconds I'm off your ass? So then I know exactly what he doing. He be hyping, he gone kick. You 1990 Mike Tyson, about to get knocked the F out for sure. The balls on the run, it's one thing you left out. You right behind you, I'll be running you down. I respect you as an elder, but I'm sunning you now. Yeah, I love my brother Sam, but I got more love for God. A house of consciousness, a house of cards, a house of fraud. Lord, we go hard. You should have got the general to lead the charge, so we can smack them around like Polight did. Make a move to Beverly Hills like Polight did. That's right, like Polight did. Make a move to Beverly Hills like Polight did. That's right, Polight did. That's right. Hey, brother, like.
I like it, yo.
Hey, I said he should have got the general. He shouldn't have brought Brother Reggie. He should have brought the general. so we can smack them around like Polight did. Make them move to Beverly Hills where Polight lives. That's right. Brother Polight, welcome to Moorish World TV. I appreciate you, brother. And I want people to know that whether y'all like it or not, Polight is my brother. Polight is your brother. We're going to get into this and we're going to ask some of the questions that a lot of people been wanting to know. This is not a bash fest. This is an information fest. We want to know what's going on, where you come from, who Brother Polight is. That's what we want to know. And that's what we're going to get. So, Brother Polight, real quick, because I know you're going to try to dart out on me because you're a busy guy. I understand. We get it. But brother, real quick, can we go for maybe 50? See, you long-winded like me. You know what I mean? Because you got a whole bunch of information up in there. And you long-winded. But brother, can you give us the beginning of your journey and give us the short version to bring us up today as you being the person that you are today? I mean, the highlights, you know, Cleveland, the downside. What did happen? But most importantly, brother, where did you start from and where are you today? And then we're going to go and get around the questions there. Come on, my brother. Tell the people who you are. Don't nobody know you but me. So you might as well introduce yourself. Atune Ray. Introduce yourself. He coming in.
Hold on real quick. I'm just sending my wife an email so she can repost your link.
That'll work.
Support. What you doing? Hear me? Hold on real quick. Coming right back.
All right. So look, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out who he is. So listen, family. I'm gonna try to listen. Polight gonna try to dip up out here. I'm telling you, we ain't gonna let him go. We're gonna get all these questions. Polight a busy man. He gonna try to dip out. But we're gonna get all these questions in. I'm looking on the chat now for the questions. And I'm gonna be writing them down. And whatever we can get, we gonna get. And that's just what it is. All right? All right, here you go. Now listen, give us the version that we can get to the question round. Because
I thought I was coming on live today to get on the Moors.
Oh, you can if you want to. I already said that ain't what you do, and that's why I respect you. So nah. You can if you want to, but I don't see that ain't your style. That ain't never been your style.
That's right. Shout out to my Moorish brothers, my brethren out there.
Yeah. So the thing is, my brother, Riri did say, "Come back here Polight, brother." That's one of my ride or die soldiers right there. She be in the chat going in. Because you know we got this Moorish thing going on, the sovereign Moors against the temple Moors. They don't want to be called sovereign no more, but hey, you know what I mean? I've come to set the record straight that we ain't putting paper plates on that car. Paper plates is only good for the picnic. They don't go on the car. You know what I mean? Now, brother Polight, do you have on your exotic vehicle, do you have paper plates or do you have hard plates? What you got on that?
I got hard plates. However, I don't have a license. There ain't a person on planet Earth that can tell you I ride with a license. Because I'm not selling nothing in particular when I travel.
So you rock that right to travel demonstration.
I got the right to travel. And if I'm selling goods, I need a license.
Right.
I just not selling. I don't have nothing for sale, brother.
Have you ever been pulled over on it?
Yeah, but you know, I have my slick approach. You know, I'm driving on I'm winning or I'm benefiting off the largesse of the people, whereby everything that I am doing is on behalf of my church as a missionary. So when I travel, I'm just doing things to fulfill the goals of.
Let me ask you a question.
Our spiritual institution.
Okay, let me ask you a question, and then we're gonna get into the history real quick. All right, say your daughter was 15, because I didn't watch your daughter grow up. You know everybody didn't watch your daughter grow up, the youngest one, right? I mean, the one that we used to see all the time. Say your daughter was 15 years old and ready to drive, right? Do you give her your car with no license? Huh?
Say that part again.
I say your daughter was 15, 16, ready to drive, right?
Yeah.
Do you send her on the road with a right to travel card or whatever? Do you have a right to travel card or something? How that work?
I ain't got no right to travel card. All I got is a lien, a superior lien that we conducted by reducing the DMV application to a subscription, whereby we have the right to travel on behalf of our spiritual institution. And that stands as my registration. I haven't had no problem since, but to tell you the truth, I very rarely be pulled over.
Right.
But that's what I rock with, and that's what I'm standing on. It's perfectly legal. I have the right. The Vatican has the right. I have the right.
Do you recommend it for say average everyday citizen? Jump out and just jump in the car and say, I heard Polight say, and jump in the car and get the whipping.
Well, this is what I will say. I would suggest that people organize themselves duly, and should they convene in that particular capacity and work on one accord, then they should be able to do that within the fold or the confines of their community. But this is not something that you do as an individual. You have to minimize yourself as a community.
Now you making sense. Now, and I always said, and I try to tell people that, I'm never saying it's right or wrong. I say it's dangerous if you think you're walking around with a right to travel card and think these Europeans is going to look at you and say, okay, you got a right to travel, goodbye. And you sitting up there talking about the Vatican at a traffic light and pulled over. That's silly.
I don't got no right to travel card, but I do have my own form of registration that is, they abide by it in light of the fact that it represents our spiritual institution.
Okay, I see. So you went to another route with this one. You ain't got the right to try. You ain't buy this offline. You did some homework and research at your spiritual institution. Matter of fact, brother, everything I do is on behalf of our spiritual institution. I'm only traveling to fulfill the will and pleasure of our sovereign and corporal creator. Brother, why aren't you a member of the Moorish Temple of America? Because you already know, in fact, that as you talked about the Vatican, a lot of Moors would say that we, as the Moorish Temple of America, has been set up as an independent, no different than the Vatican is set up. I've heard that before. And it seemed like you're taking a page out of Moorish science, bro. Where do you get this information at?
I've definitely been influenced by the Moorish Science Temple, as in the case of many other very literate institutions. I like the Moors. You feel me? So I don't mind giving them credit to some of my perspective and worldview. I'll give them that. But I've also learned quite a bit from Pops, in addition to them, and then through my own study. But I definitely give them a great deal of credit for starting the conversation.
Yeah,
I think they initiated the conversation. Noble Drali.
Absolutely, my brother. Big up for that. But brother, can you give us a little history on you, how you came into the information? Let's get the short version, and then we're going to get to the question before you try to get up out here on me.
No problem. Well, I'll tell you this. In short, my wife is the one that put me onto the information. I came home from prison, and she suggested to me that I find a different way of life. I felt that I was popping in these streets. Hold on real quick. I have to take this. Hello?
See, that's how I get down, family. So listen.
More live, but what's going on, brother? He's actually from Baltimore.
Don't be.
Y'all ready? So what you dealing with?
Oh yeah, Polight honor the Moors, brother. Make no mistake about it, Neil Bay. Polight.
I have 2 hours. I'm gonna be right in the crib. You wanna come through? 6 o'clock, 6:30 actually.
Polight, stay busy.
Eric White, he's a movie director. He's working on a project with me as well, helping us out big time. He did a lot of movies by Ice Cube, and he did Fabulous for his 10 music videos. Did stuff about he tough. Let's get it, man. Yeah, pull up. What time you coming through?
We gonna wait.
Right. That's my man King Los on the phone. You know he's Baltimore's, in my opinion, Baltimore's
Los got out of here before I stepped out in the front line. So we got to connect when he touched down on the 17th.
No doubt. I'm talking to the Moors and B-More right now. Yeah, so my man Los about to come to the crib. But you know, I got Eric Wright. He's also coming over. I'm gonna be doing a show a little later after we handle our business. He's gonna help me out with this documentary with some of the homies there in B-More, as well as some of the homies in Brooklyn, New Jersey, North Carolina. You know, the gangbangers, as they call them. So we looking good. We looking good. Getting that funding, we're gonna make it happen, baby. But let me go back. So I got conscious, and right. I thank you for allowing me to take that call, brother. It's a tough day, but I said I gotta be on this channel because I rock with this channel. I love this channel. Make sure you hit that yellow bell, bottom right hand corner. Subscribe to this channel. Make sure you get there. Make sure you do that. Moorish World TV. I'm on here all the time. So long as Tahaka on, I'm watching it.
That's
my brother gave me the opportunity to get on here live. I couldn't wait to get on. I rock with this more. This is the. I ain't gonna cause dissension, but I can do this more.
Bro, you ready to do it again? You ready to do it again?
I'm just saying, I rock with my brother. I love his energy. I love his spirit. He's not spooked out. He's down to earth. So let's do it. But I also want y'all to know, for those of y'all that's tuned in right now, I will be, or I am Brother Polight at 6:30 with the brother Eric Wright, who's a Hollywood director. And this is for all the people that have music and entertainment aspirations. Anybody that's an artist thinking about doing some serious work, get some of the nuances, learn some of the nuances of the industry, and also just overall get some good advice and listen to the wisdom that he'll impart. I'll be interviewing him and we'll both be building. But he's definitely heavy in the game. He's definitely very, very successful in the movie and entertainment industry. And what I do on my channel is as a gift. The people that I know, I've been speaking to them and saying, hey, you know, bless the family and come through and give them some love and some insight, some of the information they won't learn when they go to school based on your personal experiences. So 6:30 West Coast time.
What's that East Coast time?
9:30 East Coast time.
Okay.
We'll be on live, making it happen. Let me get a little bit more of the squad suit. I'm telling you, caught me in the line of fire.
Man, listen, man.
I gotta do this. I don't want to disrespect her.
Look, as long as we can get to the conversation and the people, because listen, I even said this about the great elder Taj Tariq. A lot of times we would criticize and point out errors on a certain subject or people when the people haven't even told you who they are. We don't let the people explain their position, and that's the purpose of this. You know, like the brother asked you, what did the brother ask you the other night? Why were you in a blue phase? You know what I mean? Before they even ask you, they start making these assumptions and all of this old crazy stuff. Polight, do you believe, how many people you robbed? I'm gonna tell you, Polight. Now, as you're going along, a brother, I'm gonna wait till you tell how you came into the conscious community. Then I'm gonna get with some of these questions. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, I came home from prison. My wife said she can't give me the same money I make on the streets, but she got 2 jobs, and she's willing to give me 1 check, and she'll work off the other. And if I need anything from the second one, she's willing to give me PC off of that one, so long as I stay off the streets, under the condition that I read every bit of material she brings to the house. She said she wanted me to read, because I met her helping her with her homework. That's how we met. She didn't believe that I was smart enough because I was acting bad. We knew each other since teenage years, 12 and 13 years old. So she looked at me like, yeah, right. You know, I was trying to talk to her. She said, if you can help me with my homework, then I have a conversation with you. So I said, okay, let's get it then. I said, okay, let's get it then. And so what happened is I knocked out that homework. You know, we say black woman is God. So I tapped into something, made sure I was able to execute on her homework, and that's how we met each other. So later on in life as I was getting locked up and in and out of prison. I got through a real bad situation. And she said to me, look, I can't give you what you make on the streets, but what I can do for you is I got these 2 jobs. I'm gonna give you 1 whole check. It's not nothing remotely close, but I'm showing you my commitment. I believe in you. I believe you have something greater and more special to offer the planet. I said, okay. They can hear you eating that squash. Word. I'm reading the messages. They like, dude in the background. Dude in the background. I just seen that at the corner of my eye. I'm like, man, that comment just hit me. I'm like, yo, they can hear you. Yeah, so, you know, I then decided, you know, I'm gonna walk with you on this level. And she started buying me a bunch of books, man. All sorts of books, man, by Pops. You know, my first set of ones was the Mind book, Your Potential. Let's Set the Record Straight. That's where I started learning about Moors. Jesus Found in Egypt, Sacred Wisdom of Tahuti. And then, you know, I read the Illuminati 666 book. Everybody, that's like the gateway drug when back then when you coming into consciousness, you got to get one of those Illuminati books. So I read Illuminati 666. Chancellor Williams joints, Dr. Benz, and she just had me reading. And about 6 months time, man, I gained way more integrity, way more self-respect. And I'm like, yo, man, my wife can't be in here working and trying to keep this thing going. So I just really managed to come up with some entrepreneurial ideas to make my own soap, lotion, deodorant, hair grease, body spray, Pampers, and everything I made was an alternative, more organic, more valuable, and more safe approach towards the products that they were making. Like, for instance, a lot of the makeup has phthalates in it, and that's metals that go through the pores in your skin, and after years of using that makeup, gravity sets in, and it actually pulls your face down. You see a lot of prostitutes or strippers who've been in the game for years. It looks like gravity's playing a toll on their face because the metals in the makeup that they're wearing goes through the pores and it accumulates throughout the years. So I was just making things based on what I learned was wrong. I was making the right version or more better version. And that got us out the situation. She grind with me and I was able to start working with her instead of her just helping me exclusively. And now I'm just blessed today that I'm able to do that much more. For I'm always going to be in debt to her, but that's how I got conscious and short. My wife saved me.
Excellent. So let's get straight to it, brother. How were you introduced? Because I think your foundation is with the doc, right? Dr. York, Dr. Melikazi York, right?
Yeah.
How were you introduced to Dr. York, brother?
I was introduced to Dr. York. I was walking on the street, and there was a guy vending books by Popeyes. This is actually the first book that I was going to be picking up on this path with my wife. And I asked for a book that's on the mind. And he gave me a book that's called The Mind. So I was like, oh, that must be a sign. And I read that book and I started reevaluating everything. It had me start to introspect a whole lot more. And in turn, I moved forward. That's what put me on the path. And but I was more into the books that he wrote that was more down to earth, literally. Like The Mind book, Your Potential, Jesus Found in Egypt, Let's Set the Record Straight, Sacred Wisdom Tahuti. Those are the books that I was more inclined to. Not the whole collection and catalog, but those books in particular. That's the ones that I liked.
Our brother just sent me today when I told you was on the show. Shout out to my brother. He gonna ask a question. He gonna be the first one I'm allowed to ask a question. He just sent me a link to Set the Record Straight, talking about you.
Hey, I want to tell the person Black Light. Pick your words carefully on Dr. York or throw them hands. This is what I want to say to him. That's a coward. And let me explain to you why he's a coward. Whoever that is, he's a coward. Now say that boldly. I hope I know what city you in. You're a fucking coward. And let me tell you why. Sheriff Sills lives in Georgia. The fucking white man that's responsible for locking up Dr. York. still live in fucking Georgia. But you telling me, watch what I say. But the damn man tripped Dr. York while he had handcuffs on. He almost fell and bumped his fucking head. You ain't gonna take out that fucking white man. No more than you gonna take out George Zimmerman, who's fucking selling the damn gun that he used to kill a black man. But you wanna tell me, watch what I say or throw your hands. Man, fuck you, bitch ass niggas. This is what I'm talking about, man. Y'all gonna make the wrong fucking side of me come out with this dumb shit. I don't play that dumb shit. Cause niggas like to play gangster with their own fucking people. But you let the white man still walk around in Georgia. Walk around in Georgia. That set Doc up. He set him up. And he walks around. Does TV shows, does documentaries, makes fun of the man. But you got time to see me and tell me, watch what you say carefully, like I'm a Dr. York slanderer. You know goddamn well I ain't no Dr. York slanderer. So why even try to lean on me like you G'd the fuck up? When there's a bunch of Negroes starting from the conscious community, a long line of Negroes. What is it about me that makes these Negroes hate me so much that they would try to threaten my life when there's a list of black people, and before those black people, there's a longer list?
Well, brother Polight, I got my brother Nasir, he's in the chat. I got my other brother Moorish in the chat. They on top of it. I had to let you vent, but I don't want this turning.
Hold on real quick, brother. Hold on real quick. Yellow.
Anyway, it is.
Yeah, you can tell him come upstairs right now. Okay.
I let the brother go in, but this is not.
Yeah, sorry about that, brother. But I just want people to know. I might be bipolar. I don't fucking know, man. I was chilling and minding my business.
You good, brother? You good?
But you know, I just don't like when black people try to attack black people. You feel me? And then they acting like they don't see what white people doing to our community, but they got so much threats towards their own people. Right. And you ain't hearing me saying anything inflammatory. You're not hearing me say anything negative. I'm not turning the environment volatile. But I guarantee you, people say that's just a troll. But let me tell you something. I guarantee you this is a bona fide Negro in his house who really believe he got to be mad at me about something. I ain't the one that locked him up. I ain't the one that set him up. I ain't the one that made any charges. I ain't the one that did any TV shows. I ain't the one that sleep deprived him and then made him go up there and ask him how do he plead. I ain't the one that's doing documentaries on him in the negative. I ain't do none of those things. But you got a problem with me though. And I know that's a real human nigga right behind that screen. I know it. I know it. And when I say nigga, I mean the one that the white man created. Let's be for real.
Let's move on with the show, brother. Let's not let him take our time. Because you got 117 people in here want to know who Brother Polight is. Maybe he already know who you are. But I want to hear it myself, brother. I've been following you before you came on here. I told him I remember the first time you came in front of the camera on Sinetta TV. I remember how you made it cool to be conscious. I remember how you made it popular to be conscious. I remember that, brother. So whenever people are in between, when they got hate about you, that's on them. I said,
yo, Talkie, give me 10, 15 more minutes into the game, and then I got to do what I'm doing.
Okay. Oh my goodness, man. We ain't get no questions.
Don't worry, come back. I'm gonna come back. I was just, holding the fort down until my brother comes.
All right. So what you want to do? How you want to do it? How we gonna do it?
I'm here. Just ask me your questions, man. I'm ready to go.
Okay. I wanted to know how were you introduced?
The callers in there too. All the ones that want to ask if I'm Illuminati and all that other crazy shit.
Yeah, but you give me 15 minutes, brother.
A black man can't be successful without being Illuminati. I thought it was an actual. I felt like I graduated when they started saying that. I'm like, hey, bro, I finally made it to the Illuminati section.
Let me ask you a question. Did you move to Atlanta when Dr. York had the land and the property and all that?
Nah, I never moved over there. I was over there. I taught classes and everything over there, but I never moved over there.
Oh, okay. What's with the blue turban, blue turban, the blue fez, the white gloves with the yellow tassel? What's going on with that, brother?
Why you asking crazy questions?
Brother, that's what the people want to know, brother. Brother, ask. Huh?
I was part of the Blue House.
The Blue House. What exactly is there something you can share with us what the Blue House is?
I had jurisdiction from Canada down to the Mason-Dixon line.
Hey, bro, you Illuminati, man.
I'm definitely Illuminati. Why not? I've been often tried, never denied, and willing to be tried again.
Hey, brother. So another brother asked me earlier. He said that you have a son. Do you have a son?
That's technical. I embrace young man because of a relationship.
Okay.
I don't like to make a distinction amongst children in the household. I'm keeping it a buck with you because, you know, the connection that I have with the children, it stands to reason because of the lack of participation by one of the parents that they rather me not identify them with, you know, terms that don't identify with them being connected with me immediately.
Absolutely.
So,
well,
yeah.
with all due respect, I'm asking these questions with all due respect with people that has asked me about.
Yeah, I don't have a problem, man. You ask me anything. I never have a problem. Just get to those Illuminati codes quick because I got to get off some.
Somebody said, if you have money, you're government and Illuminati. somebody got you. They said if you got money, you government and Illuminati. So, another question. What made you, when I look at the old pictures and I look at you and Aminette, and y'all was what you would call, if you want to call it for the lack of a better term, in the African garbs, and she was natural. What made you move away from that to what we see now?
I never moved away from it. I have to cater to different demographics. This community in particular can't just exclusively claim right to me. You feel me? Like, I got to be able to connect with various people from various backgrounds. And it's important that I can blend in where I'm at. I can't be the only one with tons of shea butter on and a pick in my head when I'm at certain venues looking to network. I want to throw off the energies or the harmonics.
What made you want to go to that demographic as opposed to the demographic that you were formerly in? Speaking of Hollywood.
Well, I'll tell you this. If the goal is to be impressionable, if the goal is to reach a large amount of people, then I'm not going to reach a large amount of people staying in the confines of what you call the quote-unquote conscious community. So since the goal is to propagate or get the information out to as much as people as possible, I felt it sufficed to start communicating with the influential. Instead of putting everything on my back for me to be the only one to talk to the rest of the world, I figured maybe if I could establish myself as a mentor and speak to people who already have large followings, even if I just plant a seed, even if I just plant a seed, perhaps they could disseminate parts of the information that I share. And in turn, I would be just as effective, if not even more effective. So that's what the name of the game is. So somebody has like 10 million followers and Brother Polight is in their ear. That works to my better advantage than me just staying in the community with my dashiki on, my shea butter, and standing on the stage lecturing, trying to conform to the miserable status quo of being conscious and not Hollywood. Whereas our baby girls, whether we like it or not, and our young men are following a lot of these people that we believe are misleading our people. So it stands to reason, just like you have agents that come into a community, they dress a certain way, dress like the people, learn the people's language and all of that. Oh, the jewelry and the clothes and all of that, though I like it, I ain't gonna lie to you, but that's my wardrobe. My wardrobe. That's me making sure I can blend in an environment, talk the talk, walk the walk, and see if I can elevate people's consciousness to the best of my ability. So in turn, you guys can get the impact of those good works. But we need people in every category. We need different tiers of leadership and teachers. We can't just say everybody belongs in this space right here. We need to have us on every level communicating with people. But that us shouldn't be confined to a specific dress or zip code.
Right, I got you, my brother, because I'm taking more science worldwide. I ain't taking my fez off. I'm keeping my fez on. I'm keeping my Moorish bug, my Moorish fitted or my Moorish snapback on. I'm keeping my Moorish t-shirts, but I'm taking more science, Temple of America, Prophet Noble Drew Ali worldwide.
That's what I mean by we need different tiers of leadership. We need a leadership that's never going to take off their regalia. And then we need the leadership that's diversified enough to take off their regalia.
But
Hey,
Polight, I joked with you when you was in Baltimore. I ain't getting near that stripper pole. I ain't messing with that.
Well, I hope to never see you on the stripper pole, my G.
I say,
I know what you meant.
Hey, so somebody asked me, that was a good one. Do you sell quote unquote packages? You know, not packages in the hood, but
I haven't sold packages in a long time since I was in Brownsville. Yo, people are crazy. Let me explain something to you about people. I have products. People see the prices of my products and they go, oh man, he's a fraud. Look, he know the black community can't afford that. Be that as it may, if that's what you believe about all black people on planet Earth, especially in America. Did it ever dawn to you that maybe I'm selling products and services that are probably to a different demographic, not necessarily the one that you may be part of that cannot afford the services or the products that I'm rendering onto the people online? See, this is where the problem is at. People think everything I do is supposed to be exclusive to them. You see, at some point or the other, success is a language. And we all know how we feel when someone's speaking a language right next to you with somebody else while you're present and you don't understand it. You feel offended. So a lot of times I'm talking, people are feeling offended because they like, look, this brother's speaking something right next to me and I don't understand it. Even right now, as I'm speaking right now, there's going to be people who just don't get it. He's selling things that's not exclusively for us. Of course. Now, I'm doing stuff like this, which is absolutely for free during my time when I got an important meeting, absolutely for free. Because you are important, your viewership is important, and everybody else is important. So I do this, but they ain't gonna give me credit for that. When I come into town and I do a lecture and 1,000 people come out for the debate, there's 40 vendors there. They all make money. Yo, thank you, Polight, man. I made $1,500 today. I made $1,000 today. These are different entrepreneurs, 30, 40 vendors who paid for their table. Now the promoters get the vendors' money to set up the table, and the vendors get the people's money for the products that they sell as entrepreneurs. The chair guy, $1.50 per chair. I get 300 chairs, it's $450. I get 600 chairs, it's $900. You see where this is going? The chairman is black. So I patronize the guy who's selling the chairs for $1.50 per chair. I got 1,000 people in the building. The homie's making his money, the chair guy. The venue, Alhambra Ballroom, those are black people. So guess what? The venue is going to make money. This is all because Brother Polight is in town. When I say these things, people say that I'm arrogant. But if I don't say these things, then people say, man, he ain't giving back to the community. When I say my life is a donation, they say, man, that's arrogant. But when I come into town, the chair guy makes money, the insurance guy makes money, the security make money, the DJ makes money, the black venue makes money, over 40 vendors make money. So I'm over here, over 50 black different entities are going to make money because I created something around myself, along with the support of the community, that when I come into town, many black people eat at one time. If that's not a donation, how much money am I making for several other people just being alive? That's powerful, but we don't like to give people credit unless they're dead. We into necromancy. We like to say Ashe, Khalid Muhammad, Harriet Ashe. But when it comes to a living black man, you can't give him no credit until he died. I'm not about to allow living people to undermine me and my contribution to the community. I contribute way enough, and I intend to contribute more, but it's not nobody else's responsibility to tell me when it suffices for me to do it and in what capacity. I got my own vision for what I'm gonna do. I was called a coon when I came out here. Now I'm getting asked to donate a bunch of money. You don't need coon dollars. I cooned out to come out here. You see what I'm saying? So let's be for real.
Hey, so do you sell staff?
That's a misnomer for our crown doctrine. And what that is this. When a person purchases a property, oftentimes they get a deed, and the deed is called a tenancy deed. That means that they don't even own the property. That means that they're a tenant of the property that they purchased. You feel what I'm saying? So when a person gets a property, they get a tenancy deed, they give you the roses and the wine and the grapes, and they be like, hey, you know, congratulations, you got your first property, all the while you're a tenant of your own property. It literally says tenancy deed on it. What we educate people to do is to be able to establish a perfected claim on their property. This means that they establish a lien on their property, a superior lien and a first priority lien over their property, to that of the fact that it is first to any other type of liens that these people put on your property by way of what they call a conditional interest. A conditional interest is when someone is soliciting the sale of something to you, in this particular case, a property, and they don't let you know that somebody else also has intentions on making money, or some other people have intentions of making money. You just looking at the seller and saying, okay, I'm gonna make the money off I'm gonna get this property from the seller, all the while the seller's not telling you there's a conditional interest, which is against the law, unless you're a debtor and not a secured party, meaning you secure transaction. This means that in UTC 9-105 in parentheses D, giving you references, it says that a debtor can only conditionally own property. So they can get away technically with doing something illegal, because ignorance of the law is no excuse at all. So they can get away with selling you something under illegal pretense, called the presumptions of the item sonus, on account of the fact that you don't rectify the matter, you don't clarify it, and you can, and that's an instance of non-pro-tunc. That's another conversation. So when they sell you things under a conditional interest, which is illegal, we're telling you when you are embarking upon the acquisition of a property, that you should establish a perfected claim on the property. By perfected claim, in common law, when one owns a property and establishes their own lien to the property, first in time, first in line, when you establish a perfected claim on your property, it renders you having a relationship with your property called a fee simple relationship. It's reminiscent to that of a allodial title when countries own land. It's close in that capacity as far as the individual is concerned. So a fee simple relationship with you and a property in common law renders the property a what? A crown. I don't make these things up. The word crown, the word property is synonymous with the word crown in common law. When we talk about sovereignty, we're not talking about throwing your birth certificate away and your social security card, and you can get away with vehicular homicide because you don't pay taxes and you can murder people when you hit them. We're not talking about none of that. I'm saying that when you own a property outright the right way and you diffuse the presumption of the item sonus, and you establish a perfected claim, which is synonymous with a fee simple relationship, reminiscent to that of an allodial title when countries own land, that property is now rendered, according to common law, more ancient term, right? A crown. Who is a crown? Kings and queens. So what we teach in New Covenant culture is to get your crown. Get your property void of a conditional interest, which is illegal to sell people properties under a condition. Condition being a legal term, an economic term, a real estate term. Not the colloquial sense of the word condition that most of us are probably thinking about. So when someone sells you a property under conditional interest, they're doing it under the pretense that you acknowledge yourself as a debtor as opposed to a secured party, which means that according to UCC 9-105 in parentheses D, that they have the right to sell you this under these terms, because it would only be illegal if you were a secured party, which means you securitize your transactions by establishing superior liens or first-in-time liens, which in this particular case would be called a perfected claim, which is rendering your relationship to your property as fee simple, which in common law terms makes the property a crown. Once you have your crown, now it is considered that you have what? Jurisdiction. Diction being spoken. The dictionary should be a definitionary. But anyway, diction being spoken. So what is legally being said? Jurisdiction. What's legally being said? That you have a staple. Staple is a marketplace. This is a place where people could buy and sell, exchange goods, and make money for the benefit of the person who has created the subjects. Who's the one that has the subjects? The landlord, the one that is in control of the land. Now you can have a trespassing sign. Now you can hire people. Now you can have property management. Now people can probably buy and sell things within the confines of your jurisdiction. So these are things that go above and beyond people's heads, because this black man didn't go to school. I dropped out 10th grade. I've been locked up for all sorts of craziness, former gangbanger. So guess what happens? All of that impedes on people's ability to assimilate or process the data that I'm disseminating. I totally get it. So I don't fight and argue with people no more, but that ain't gonna stop me from teaching what I have to teach.
So
also, bro, I'm about to get off.
Let me ask you a question. So is all of this?
I don't make these things up. This is all up here.
So is all of this considered satisfaction?
And I'm telling you, and these people are not going to give you this. Like all these institutions, the student loan people, they don't give you a refund when you go to school and then you don't get the job they promise you. And then you can't say, yo, can I get a refund for 30 racks? Nah, but black people are hard on each other. You feel what I'm saying?
When you coming back to finish this conversation, brother?
I love this conversation. I'll come back tomorrow. We could do it tomorrow.
What time tomorrow?
Probably same time, brother. I'll make a time.
Hey, you can't get Moors probably the same time. Moors, brother, we got to go conquer Spain again. We need a definite time.
Same time. Whatever time we operate on now, I'll make sure I'm available.
Hey, who is the brother in the background back there, man? Tell the brother come to the camera, man. Tell him meet his brother Tahaka Bay, man.
That's my homie from Brooklyn.
Yo, what up, man? What's good? What's goody? What's goody?
What up? What up?
What up? Fresh out the jungle. What's going on, brother?
I see you in the background chilling, brother. And somebody in the chat was like, "Who's that in the background?" I'm like, "A friend of Polight is a friend of mine. So come and holler at the people. It is what it is."
One of my goonies, man, that we trying to get right and make him start doing the right thing.
He right. I can already see his energy. He good. He good.
Yeah. They not some liquor and weed around. Or a nice woman with a nice shape.
He coming with me though. I'm prepared for him.
I need one of those, bro.
He coming with me, brother. Hey, so I'm gonna let you go, my brother. We're gonna do this tomorrow, 6 o'clock. You sure?
I appreciate you.
Are you sure, brother?
Man, I appreciate you. Thanks for the questions.
Hey, brother Polight, are you sure tomorrow 6 o'clock? Because I'm a busy man too.
I'm sure, brother. Just hit me up.
Because you know you're coming to Baltimore and I'm gonna see you, right?
No. I'm still going to be more. I'll be there December 17th. Don't forget.
Yeah. That was one of them sneak diss threats.
Don't forget, I'll be out there December 17th. I'm looking for the flyer.
The homie King Los.
That was one of them sneak diss threats. You know you coming to Baltimore, I'm gonna see you, right?
No doubt. I'll be out there. I think that's this week. Or when is that?
Yeah,
that's this week. I'll be out there at Banneker Blake Academy for Arts and Sciences. 1101 Winston Avenue, Baltimore, Maryland, 21212.
Send me the
5 to 10. Call this number, 410-303-4120. If you need to buy tickets in advance, they're going to be a lot more expensive at the door. You can call 410-303-4120. Again, it's going to be called Triumph or Try Trump, Reconstructing the Maternal Consciousness and Socioeconomic Disposition of the Black Community, featuring King Los, recording artist, signed to Kanye West Management, actually coming to the crib right now, later on, very soon, I should say. Miss Wright, she's going to be lecturing as well as myself. Let's get it. That's going to be December 17th. And then, of course, December 23rd, I will be in Cleveland. We're going to be giving out toys to the oldest or the first projects ever created in America, which is in Cleveland, Ohio. No, I don't celebrate Christmas, but I'm going to build with the Black family after we give away these toys on some economic means that they can use to thrive in their community and do better. So the lecture will be held at the York Wright Masonic Hall, 13512 Kinsman Avenue, Cleveland, Ohio, 44120, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m.
And we're gonna do part 2 tomorrow, family. Hope y'all be here tomorrow because I got a whole list of questions from y'all. That we didn't get to, but we'll get to them tomorrow. Let me put this fly up here that we didn't get to, but we'll get to them tomorrow. I got a whole bunch of list of questions, and pretty soon I talked to Brother Polight. I'm gonna hit a few stops with Brother Polight. Me and my brother Sharif.
Let me let them get a look at the flyers.
It's up.
So they can take a look at it and screenshot it if they need it.
Yeah, it's up right now.
All right, man. Appreciate that.
I want to let everybody know that is it still up?
Yeah, we good. I'm taking it off.
All right, and someday real soon, me and my brother Sharif, we're gonna ride out with Brother Polight on a few stops and kick some Moorish information. And that's what unity does, man. I can pick up the phone and call my brother, and we can teach our people from all different aspects of universal information. Period, point blank.
All right, cool. Of course, we're gonna be giving out food December 18th. December 18th, we're gonna be giving out food with the homies, the G's. We got Bloods and Crips coming from at least 6-7 different states. We're gonna give that out, and then many of them, plus Cleveland's very own gangbangers, they're gonna be rolling with us when we give out those toys for Christmas, and then we're gonna do the lecture. So salute. All
right, Brooklyn.
All right, you already know. Brownsville, stand up. You know that.
All
right, peace, King.
All right. So look, family, tomorrow, we're going to get Brother Polight back. You know what I mean? I snuck him in on the fly, you know, because it came to my mind that, you know, this brother, I talk to him a lot. And I'm actually setting up, man. See, man, we need to get our unity right. We need to stop worrying so much what everybody else doing and do what you doing. You know, what I'm doing is I'm setting up so me and my brother Sharif can go around the country and teach raw, unadulterated pure Moorish science. That's what we're going to do. Because we feel as though that Moorish science should be on the forefront. It should be on everybody's tongue. They should be able to say and know who Prophet Noble Drew Ali was. So whether you like it or not, all of that fake Moorish stuff, we coming to your town. We heard what you said. We hear what you're talking about. We coming to your city. We gonna kick this Prophet Noble Drew Ali information. We coming to every state throughout the United States. We coming. Oh yeah. We feel as though that Moors before us dropped the ball. But it's okay. Because we picking the ball up. And we coming. My presentation is talking about Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And I'm going to give a presentation like you have never seen before. I'm going to bring Prophet Noble Drew Ali alive right before your face. I'm going to walk you through step by step what he did. So there will be no doubt or contradiction. There will be no doubt or contradiction as to what the Prophet Noble Drew Ali taught, what he stands for, and how we can teach it and live it and fulfill it today. There'll be no doubt and contradiction. When this presentation and this PowerPoint go on the road, oh yeah, you won't be able to doubt the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. You won't be worried about Black Law's Dictionary no more. You'll be looking for Holy Quran in the Moorish Science Temple of America. You'll be looking for how you can get with Operation Proclamation. Because Operation Proclamation is what the Prophet Noble Drew Ali demonstrated. But Ali's men just coined the phrase, or the term rather. You'll understand how you become the power instead of fighting the power. You understand that if you want to do a right to travel, go ahead, but you're going to be fighting with police. You understand how we're going to make the law instead of fight the law. We're going to make the statute. We're going to make the codes. That's what we're going to do. That's the Prophet Noble Drew Ali plan. That's the Prophet Noble Drew Ali plan. You watch. We're going to make the laws. We're going to make the codes. We're going to make the statutes. We're going to inspire young people to become judges. We're going to inspire young people to take over the system by education. The Jewish people back in 1940, the Jewish people back in 1930, after the Holocaust, they raised their children to become the judges. That's the judge that sent you to jail. Their great-grandchild sent you to jail if you've been to jail. You go to the pharmacy, they selling you your little drugs back in the 80s. They done passed that on to the Chinese now. The Jewish people put their children through school and they ultimately took over the system. And they was coming from Germany, out of those concentration camps. They came to America, took over the system. Man, we got to get busy, man. We got to get busy, man. We got to get busy, man. See, Moorish Science Temple of America works like this. We must get in the system, become the system, and then we can change the system. Take the system back. This is our system. If you call it a corporation, I'll be doggone it. This is our corporation. Our foreparents built this. Our foreparents made this stand. It's time for us to get it and take it back. We got to raise our children to be police. We got to raise our children to be judges. We got to raise our children to be councilmen. We got to raise our children to get in the system. And then we'll have access to the gold and silver. And then we don't have to worry about this illusion trust. If it exists or if it don't, we don't got to worry about that. We can put our hand on the button. We need to get busy, man. We need to get busy, man. We need to get busy, man. We keep on talking about this, that, and the other. We going up against each other. I'm going back and forth. That's why I stopped going back and forth with this guy from Canada. Worry about Canada. Fix Canada. While we Moorish Americans here in America, we're going to fix this. You fix Canada. If you know the Prophet Noble Drew Ali plan, we can meet on Center Street. But nah, We too busy trying to sell a book for $10. We too busy trying to demonize the temple. When you say your prophet bought the Moorish Science Temple of America. My goodness, you fix the Moorish Science Temple of America. That's what you do. You fix it. You don't demonize the Moorish Science Temple of America. A true and divine prophet. A true and divine prophet, Prophet Noble Drew Ali, brought the Moorish Science Temple of America to us. Infinite wisdom designed it for our salvation. Back then, the people didn't know what he was doing, and he even said it. Even now, a lot of us don't know what he did. I believe I do. Ali's men believes we know. And those who think they know, we need to get together and we need to show what we know. And we need to take it to the next level. We need more Moorish families. Man, woman, and child. Going to that temple, fezzed up, turbaned up. In your professional life, go as you may. But we need more Moorish families. We need more schools. We need to raise our children that want to be doctors. We need Moorish doctors. While we fight about a common law, code, statute, when the last time you tried to raise your son to be a doctor? Last time you raised your son or daughter to be a lawyer so we can take over this system? Huh? The Jews ain't having no problems. You don't see too many homeless Jewish people. We need to get busy, man. We need to get busy. I know some brothers wanted to call in and they couldn't call in. I'm going to put the phone number up so we can call in. But we need to get busy, man. We sitting up here fighting about nothing. Severe Bay getting on the phone, getting on live stream, talking about foolishness. Just pure foolishness. Talk about what movie did you make? Who cares what movie you made? How many lawyers have you raised? I don't care about Esquire or my name. I bet you don't. Because a lot of people don't have the discipline to go and get this education. We need to stop playing, man. Let's get busy, man. Let's get busy, man. Keep on playing, man. We coming to every city, man. You know what I mean? We coming to every city. Anybody that want to bring me out, and me and my brother Sharif, and want to bring us out, man, hit me in my inbox. To uncabay@yahoo.com. And you're going to be the first one to get this presentation. Let me show you something. In my book. Now, I ain't going to show you my book because then everybody going to say, where you get that book at? But I got some information on the Prophet Noble Drew Ali that maybe many people don't have. And I'm going to put it in a presentation form. Y'all going to see Prophet Noble Drew Ali, the pop star. Oh, yeah. He was popular. He was popular in 1920. He was the man. He was the man. And they're keeping it hush. They're keeping it hush. Because guess what? When you watch what he did, you'll know exactly what to do. You'll know exactly what to do. And no, Prophet Noble Drew Ali did not go. Let me tell you something. Prophet Noble Drew Ali said this. Prophet Noble Drew Ali said, stop flashing your cards at Europeans because it causes confusion. Your card is for your salvation. Failure to do this will be under heavy restriction, etc. Now, if the Prophet Noble Drew Ali told Moors something as small as stop flashing your cards because he didn't want to cause confusion, what the heck is all this going on? Talk about right to travel, causing confusion. Status correction, causing confusion. You a white man, causing confusion. The prophet says, stop flashing your card. He didn't even want you to flash your card because it's causing confusion. Why are we so caught up with causing confusion? He said, failure to obey this will be under heavy restriction, etc. So if he didn't want you to flash your card because it causes confusion, what makes you think that it's okay to ask a policeman, do you have a delegation of authority? Answer that for me. What makes you think that's okay? When he had police escorting him through the parade. He had police escorting him to the parade. I wonder, did he ask the police, I need an escort of 10 police for the first annual convention to escort me through the parade. Now, police, before you escort me, I am the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Do you have a delegation of authority? How silly is that? How silly is that? See, I know the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. You know what I'm saying? I know what he taught. Do you have a delegation of authority? I'm Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Do you have a delegation of authority? No, he didn't say that. No, he didn't say that. And we'd be crazy to even try to consider that our prophet. Do we even know what a prophet is? Let's not get spooky. Let's not get spooky. Do we know what a prophet is? Let me explain what a prophet is. I'm gonna go in for a minute. I don't care if y'all drop down to one viewer. I don't care. Come back and watch it later. A prophet is one who is sent from God. Whatever you choose to call God. Okay, if you don't believe God, let's say the causeless cause, the rootless root from which all things have grown. All right? Now, God is the causeless cause and the rootless root from which all things have grown. Which means that whether you call God Allah, whether you call God Jehovah, whether you call God the ancestors, whatever, the creator, whatever you choose to determine. But nevertheless, he is the creator that has not been created. He is the same source of that little bug that has yet to be discovered under the earth. He is the same source that put the liquid in your eyes so you can give a reflection and draw a picture on your brain so you can comprehend what you see. The same God seen us in a condition. He's seen us in a condition. Whereas though when the Jewish people was put in their condition, or you want to call them so-called Jews, I don't care what. I'm talking about the European Jew. When the European Jewish person was in their condition, when they came out, their children knew that they were Jewish. The mother knew that she was Jewish. The father knew that she was Jewish. They grew their little locks, all their little traditions, they remembered. When the Arabians was burying their little girls in the desert because they wanted boys. When the Arabians was running around with homosexuality going rampant. When the Arabians was worshiping 99 idols. When the Arabians was going all crazy. And Muhammad came to uplift the Arabians. One thing he didn't have to do to them or for them was teach them that they were Arabians. That they were Arabians. He didn't have to teach them that. They knew that. Buddha didn't have to teach the people of India that they was Indian. Confucius didn't have to teach the people of China that they was Chinese. If anybody needed a relief, a messenger, a healer, a redeemer, Jesus didn't have to teach the Israelites that they were Israelites. They knew it. If anybody qualifies for intervention, divine intervention, we qualify for divine intervention solely off the principle that we did not and continue to not know who we are. Every other people knew who they were. No matter what atrocity they faced, no matter what they went through, they knew who they were. We did not. So if it's anybody who needed divine intervention, it was us. And Prophet Noble Drew Ali is that divine intervention. Okay, now some people that spooked it out. Cool. Some people that made it secular and private, meaning that they didn't teach outside the temple in years. Cool. But what did Prophet Noble Drew Ali do? Prophet Noble Drew Ali took the fight to the street. He didn't go filing all this crazy paperwork. I remember one paperwork that Prophet Noble Drew Ali filed, and that was the affidavit of 1099 form, and maybe a few more, but that's the one I truly remember. You see? So we need to come together and understand the real teachers of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Understand why he made the temple our home base. If you haven't been to a temple, you haven't followed the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, because the temple is home base. The temple is the foundation of the movement. Talk about we are the temple. No, the structure is the foundation of the movement due to the fact we need to be a meeting place. We need to have a meeting place. We need to have an exterior meeting place and an interior meeting place. The inside is great. The next place to meet Allah is in the heart. But heck, we need to build temples, and we need to go to temples to meet with our brothers and sisters so we can strategize, so we can organize, and we can execute. Everybody talking about, I am the temple. I am the temple. I am the temple. My brother say, never did they drop the ball. The ball has been dropped, brother. Our prophet should be known from shore to shore, even if people are not Moors. Our prophet should be known. You know, our prophet should be known. The prophet created the Moorish Temple of America. It was founded in 1913. It's been longest organization for the uplifting of our people. We should be known. And because we're not known, it's up to us to make it known. It's up to us to make it known. You know what I mean? So it's up to you. If you don't believe that nobody dropped the ball, that means you ain't got nothing to pick up. I'm telling you, my prophet should be on the forefront. My prophet should not be in the background, and your prophet should not be in the background. Everybody should have heard of the name at least. But walk down the street and ask how many people who heard of Noble Drew Ali, just the average Asiatic, so-called black person. But they've been around before everybody. We got work to do, family. We got work to do, family. Now, if you believe that the Prophet Noble Drew Ali made the statement, not me. If you believe your conditions can be better, join the Moorish Temple of America. But if you think everything is good, then Moorish Temple of America is not for you. You know, Prophet Noble Drew Ali set up a divine organization. It's a divine order. If you believe in Almighty God, then you need to follow the prophet, but you have to understand the prophet. And that's the reason why I'm taking this lecture on the road. And it's not going to be solely a religious type thing. No, it's a historical account to show and prove that Prophet Noble Drew Ali have the master plan, and most people don't even know it. They haven't studied the prophet. They're too busy studying black laws. They're too busy studying their homeboy. They're too busy studying their sister woman. They're too busy studying the next slick thing that come on YouTube or Facebook. We got to get busy, man. We got to get busy, man. You know what I mean? We got to get busy. Whether you want to join the Moorish Temple of America or not, it's time for us to get busy. And the way that we get busy, first we have to recognize that our conditions can be better. That all of those that are fighting about some law and not fighting for our unity, those might be the agents. The agent is the one that do not put their little personal differences aside and fight for our unity. You know, to fight for our unity. I'm telling you like this. You can say the temple is here. As my brother Ish said in the chat, the temple is the world. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali created the Moorish Temple of America. And this is supposed to be our base to prepare ourselves to go out and do the work and take over or regain what we lost, our lost estate, Our lost estate is not just our identity. This whole land is our lost estate. There's only one way you're going to get it back. Only one way. And that's your connection to the Moorish Science Temple of America. I'm going to put the phone number out, man. We're going to let a brother call in. 443, and then we're gonna roll a little bit. Let's have a conversation. I'm gonna try to make this a habit. You know what I mean? I'm gonna try to make this a habit, whereas though we can have a few callers to call in, and we can have a quick conversation before we close out. So let's see what we can do. But I can wear a fez if I only study and not in a building. All right, here we go. There we go. Everybody is not going to be in the temple. We understand that. But you need to recognize that you are more, and we got a mission. The prophet had missionaries. The missionaries didn't stay in the temple. But you need to be accountable to the temple. You need to be accountable to your brother. You need to be accountable to your sister. You need to be accountable to your leader. That's how we get some work done. You know, anybody want to call in? Come on in. Come on in. Where's T-Duck? T-Duck, I know you got some information. Come on in, T-Duck. Anybody want to call in? Anybody want to dispute the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali? Come on in. There. I mean, anybody doubt the Prophet? Who doubt the Prophet out there? Huh? Where you at, Sharif? You bet not. Now I'm playing. Who doubt the Prophet? Brother Polight. Rick T. Valentine. Brother Polight had to go. He had to go, my brother. But nevertheless, if nobody wants to doubt Brother Tahaka Bay, you know what I mean? We good to go. Any questions? So tomorrow, family, tomorrow at 6 o'clock, we are going to do it again. This time we're going to have Polight back tomorrow at 6 o'clock. And we're going to pick up where we left off at. He had to leave unexpectedly, but tomorrow at 6 o'clock, we are going to do it again. All right? So get your get your stuff together, and we good. So with that being said, let me stop saying that. With that being said, here we go. This is my people from Philly. Check this out, family. Check it out. Here we go.
Wisdom is the consciousness of the heart that man and God are one. That's how it ought to be. That's what we're taught. That's how it ought to be. The truth don't change. And law is a part of me. With wisdom is the consciousness of the heart that man and God are one. That's how it ought to be. That's what we're taught. That's how it ought to be. The truth don't change. And law is a part of me. With wisdom is the consciousness of being conscious that you're conscious, of being conscious that you're conscious, because you can go back to sleep or return to the state where the prophet found you. Wisdom is the consciousness of being conscious that you are unconscious, dripping in the cares of the world that almost drowned you. And now the rock of your salvation is on it.
It's Star. Welcome to Moorish World TV. Who I'm speaking with?
Demo boy.
What speaking with?
This is Demo boy. I just sent you a message on More TV.
It's brother. Talk to me. What's going on with me, brother? What's going on with you, my brother? Talk to me, brother. Let's chop it up a little bit. Let's talk about it. What's going on?
I was sitting there and I was thinking, like, I study the more sides. And I was asking because I don't have a temple here in Birmingham.
Right.
As a disabled veteran, I'm not able to go to like Atlanta and stuff like that to be part of the actual temples.
Right.
But as a study or a follower of the knowledge of the Noble Drew Ali, am I wrong if I put a fans on?
No. Brother, let me tell you something. We are Moors without a doubt or contradiction. My thing is this, brother. What me and my brothers are going to do. I mentioned it, and by the second month, February, we will have a virtual temple up and running. You understand what I'm saying? And you can become a part of that virtual temple. And then we will come down there and help you to set up a study group. A study group starts first. You know, once you get that study group, then we can begin to set up a temple. You build your membership in your study group, get your staff right, and then we bring you on out to Chicago, and then we start a temple there. Brother, we need temples everywhere. You understand what I'm saying? So,
and I understand that. Sorry to cut you off. They had one opened up in Birmingham. I was trying to see if his official is in Birmingham or Ansley area of Birmingham, Alabama.
Well, I'm not sure. You would have to have the temple number, but I tell you what, the first thing you want to ask when you go to the Moorish Science Temple of America, or before you even ask anybody anything, you want to see if there's a lawfully chartered temple. You want to see if there's a charter on the wall. Is there if it's a charter or something that says that it's a branch temple, you know, some form of document on the wall that authorize them to teach more science. Now listen.
And that's the information that I need to go in with. That's the question I try to ask. What information I need to have to see that I'm not being a part of this type of fraudulent organization.
Now the thing is this. Now you know people can make these charters up, but that's what your brother Tahaka Bay is here for.
If I go in, I say this is what I have. I can write down the numbers. I can do everything like that and bring it.
Well, let me tell you something. It's four major grand bodies right now. Four major ones. You got the Baliel, you got the R. Jones Bay, you got Rasadiel, and you got Braswell Bay. You got a few more, but those are the four major ones. Now, oh yeah, my brother, he said Charter of Water Authority. That's right. So those are the four major ones. Most people have to be connected to that. Now, I'm not saying there's a few more out there too. You got let me not forget my brother Kenyu Bay. Stuff Allah. That's my brother Kenyu Bay. But these brothers, I could call Kenyu Bay right now, and we could try to get together to help you set up a temple. See, my Moorish signs, it doesn't. I don't have boundaries or borders around my Moorish signs. You know what I'm saying? So whoever closest to you that can help you set up, we need them out there. Because this is why people go to RB Bay Productions and think they're getting more signs. Because we don't have temples.
But like, I want to see the visual. I want to see and be able to talk to someone who is out there and know exactly what they're talking about. I don't want to read a publication.
Absolutely, absolutely, brother.
Understanding, like I can go out and read all day long and just put out all this rhetoric and have people follow me and not know exactly what's going on.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you something, brother, real quick. The Prophet Noble Ali, when he came to teach us, brother, he didn't come to teach us with radical foolishness and nonsense. As I said, man, if it becomes complicated, it's probably not from Allah, nor is it from Prophet Noble Ali, which was divinely prepared by the great God of the universal law. Normally, when religion becomes complicated, man then put his hand in it. Normally, when you got to go file this, you got to write this man, then put his hand in it. You got to have a law degree to drive a car? Huh?
No. You have a license.
Did you hear? Shout out to my brother Polight. But did you hear all the stuff brother Polight was talking about to own a home? You need a law degree. You don't need a law degree to learn how to navigate through this world.
Like, I try to get on with brothers to like he uses a lot of words. He talk real fast. I just want to sit down and say, what is really going through your head?
Right. Well, let me tell you something, man. Bar and Bar said Moor is not a religion. Correct. Moor is not a religion. The religion of the Moors is Islamism. Islamism. It's not the Islam that you're used to. Because the Islam that you're used to, you think we got to dress a certain way. You think we got to talk a certain way. You think we got to pray a certain way. The Islam you're used to is cultural. Islamism starts from within to the outward bounds. You know what I mean? And it tends upward towards perfection. You know, it's like
I called in because I've been studying and I've been watching your the shows, and I'm just like people don't ask the right questions. I want to know exactly what it is that we need to be doing as a people to work together instead of having these different organizations and factions of the same thing or the same cause.
Yeah, the thing is, brother, when you talk to people, the first thing you want to check, right, is you want to look before you even give yourself over to somebody being your teacher. Check their character. If they got a filthy mouth, they can't even control their mouth. The Prophet Noble Ali said we shouldn't use these words, not even in the mildest form.
Yes.
Not in the mildest form. Why does he say that? Does he say it because the English language is so chopped up that if we say that, it's a detriment and we might die, or it's a detriment? No. Because he's talking about character. And to break out of that, it takes discipline. Somebody that get mad at you and call you out your name and disrespect you, and just because they disagree with you, they lack discipline.
Discipline. I understand that. And integrity.
Exactly. So that's the first thing you want to see. And if you notice, a lot of these guys that come out of these coming at, if you see them on the feed and they come at a brother like me, they come in cussing. They come in talking crazy. But that means they never been to a temple. That means they never studied the teachings of the prophet, because the prophet said we shouldn't use rash words, even in the mildest form. Even in the mildest form. You understand what that means? The mildest form.
You present yourself how you want to be perceived upon yourself.
Exactly. So when you see brothers talking all crazy, man, that ain't the prophet's teaching. Get away from them. Get away from them. You know what I mean? Get away from them.
I've seen you in different forms, how you carry yourself, Sharif. Everybody, how they carry themselves. Like, it seems like you look out for the scholarship and the knowledge of the people who are actually doing things, not saying what they're going to do, but actually doing things.
Man, look, if you got a bunch of brothers, if you got a bunch of brothers that all they've been doing was selling books for 20 years, but they ain't lift one hand to lift one brick and put no mortar on the brick. Come on, man. What's the point? What's the point?
I understand it, because like me, as a coach middle school football, I want to get the kids to start learning at an early age that the direction and the teaching that you've been taught.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine if the Moors went to conquer Spain and they just went in there with a bunch of books and started reading to the Europeans while they was dirty and haven't learned how to bathe, and they just started reading? They didn't go to build nothing. But no, the Moors ain't do that. They went in there, they begin to civilize this European, and they begin to build. So most of the structures this day in Spain is Moorish architecture. When are we going to start building? So that's another thing you want to ask. What have you built? I can show what I built, and I'm still building. I'm still trying to build something. You know what I mean? Or what plan? If you haven't built nothing, if you haven't built anything, what have you have in the works? What is your plan?
Hey, brother, I don't want to hold you up on the show. I can't even ask my question. I got plenty of information. But the only thing I can say, I wish people that tune in the show ask real questions.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, peace and love, family. I appreciate you, and I'll talk to you soon.
Hope again.
All right, peace and love. So, Felipe said, drop more information on Buddha. Buddha was born in India, and he was born, and I'm gonna give you a piece so you can go research. But he was born of wealth. He was a prince, and he grew up in like a secluded court, and he wanted to know what was beyond the gates of the court. And when he went out and he seen the suffering of the people, he wanted to know what they were going through. Long story short, his experience dealing with the people showed the unity of life. That we're all, as the Prophet Noble Ali, we're all bound by cords to every other living thing. And when some person is affected, we all are affected. So what Buddha did was he brought out his inner being, his inner strength, through what we call meditation, or you can call prayer. And he reached the state of nirvana. Now, I'm just chopping up in pieces so you can research it. But his whole journey was no different than the journey of Jesus. Jesus' journey was to show the possibilities of man. What am I saying? The possibilities of man is that you are more than this physical self. You are greater than this physical self. And so Jesus reached the state of oneness with the Father. In Moorish Science Temple of America, Islamism, we call it the oneness of Allah. And in Islam, they call it the oneness of Allah. Buddha reached the same degree, and he called it nirvana. So that's what we all must do. We must go to our deeper self, inner self, and pull out the Spirit of God, whether you choose to call it that infinite self, and we must develop it. Buddha, trials and tribulations, developed that spirit, that seed that was within him. That's why some of the pictures you see Buddha skinny, some of the pictures you see Buddha fat, because these trials he was going through went through stages. And we as human beings must go through stages. We must go through those stages to develop the highest in us, the highest ideal. Prophet Ali teaches us that what the seed of Allah, of God, was planted in the soil, that it must grow. And when that seed grow, it's not unfolded yet unto perfection. Long story short, we must nurture that seed. We must feed that seed. But we got to feed that seed with love. We got to feed that seed with goodness. We got to feed that seed with information and wisdom. And we must unfold that seed. For the seed of a rose is just a seed until it is nurtured, until it is planted in the soil and it is nurtured. We must nurture this seed. I must begin to see my brother and my sister as I see myself. I must see my brother and my sister as my real brother and sister, as if we came out the same womb. Love is the savior of the world. And until we get there, we ain't got nothing. Now, you can call that, y'all sound like the church. You can say what you want. Until you love the person that you look like, or everybody, everything in creation for that matter, you ain't got nothing. And love don't mean you being a fool. Love don't mean you being a sucker. Love should be built from knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, so you can make the best decision that suits the environment in which you find yourself, or the situation in which you find yourself. So we need to stop playing. You know what I mean? Let's see who else up there. Anybody else? Anybody else? They don't know. See, everybody want to fight everybody. We ain't got that fighting up in here. You know what I mean? Love is the savior of the world, but people don't know how to love. People think being loving somebody is being a sucker. That's what they think. That's what they think. You know, that's what they think. But they don't love themselves. Because when you love yourself, it ain't hard to love anybody else. Anybody else want to call in? Call in real quick. I got to make me some dinner around here and get ready for tomorrow. No, let's see what we got here. Y'all want to see this? Let's do this. Let's do this, family. All right, here we go again. Yeah. Time to check some people. Moorish world. To Harker Bay. Yeah. I guess I gotta do what I gotta do. That's right. That's all. We for love, truth, peace, and freedom. Won't nobody do. All right, let's do this real quick before I'm out the door. Let's talk about Prophet Noble Ali real quick before I walk out the door. Prophet Noble Ali was born in the state of North Carolina in 1886, right? We got a call coming. Hold up. Islam family, who I'm speaking with? Let's get it on. Who I'm talking to? Islam.
Man. You know,
Hey! Hey! Hey, y'all. This is the Moorish World Prince. Hey, what's up? What's up? I'm gonna call you Casanova, bro. How you doing, brother? Brother, talk to me. What's on your mind, my brother?
Nothing. I'm just chilling. I'm just showing some love, making sure everybody hit that thumbs up. You know what I'm saying? Share it.
That's what's up, my brother.
I can still share it.
That's what's up, my brother. T-Duck, man, I appreciate you, my brother. And like, in the real sense of the word, I just want people to know, man, that more science is not what people cracked up, what people have made it out to be, man. It's really not. They done made it cultish. They done made it look like that we got to fight against the police, that we got to fight against the courts. That why? How about we just become the courts? How about that?
Exactly. See, the whole situation. This is the situation. When you get your information from somebody who just couldn't make it, just couldn't cut it, just didn't have the quality, you know, the uprightness, or disgruntled. That's the word we're gonna use.
Yeah.
Disgruntled. When you get your information from a disgruntled human being who has never succeeded, never achieved nothing, and see a brother standing up that's amongst the temple doing the real work, following the bylaws of the Constitution and following the Circle 7, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're not going to tell it like it is. They don't want people to see them for the failure they are, so they're going to try to paint you out to be the bad guy. And that's the problem with organizations that's trying to do something for the people. They always going to be painted bad because can't nobody stand up to those standards that the noble prophet put out there for. You know what I'm saying? A lot of cats don't want to live like that. They don't want to clean their acts up and do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to do the work. So they're gonna demonize you.
Absolutely.
They're gonna live with that. And they ain't gonna be able to do that too much longer. Because like I said, I'm just a shadow of your bush. And if any given time you want to be worried, all you gotta do is get a word.
Praise the Lord, my brother. And guess what? I know a lot of these people, man. They don't know. They know not what they do, man. You see these guys, they be shaking your hand and smiling in your face. You know what I mean? Because they don't really see. It's all good when the keyboard is in front of you. You know what I mean? It's all good. Somebody asked me, question to Talker, can you do the work without joining the temple? Let me say this, T-Duck, while you're on the line. Yes, you can do the work without joining the temple, but the temple should be home base, is what I'm saying. Now, if we have to have a leadership, you know, we have to have a program. We have to have a leader. We have to have followers. And everybody have to work in conjunction to make it work. So the temple is home base. We are not an island unto ourselves. There is no way that we are going to solve this problem as an individual. We didn't get into this as individuals. We came over here and we was corralled as we were over here as groups. It's going to take us as a group to get out. Home base is the temple. Why? Because Prophet Noble Ali, divinely prepared by Allah, created the temple for a reason. There's rules, regulations, structures, discipline, and everything we need to organize, strategize, and execute the plan. But first you must know the plan. You understand what I'm saying, T-Duck? Most people don't know the plan, T-Duck. They haven't studied the prophet that much to know the plan. I'm telling you, I think I know the plan. And the only reason I say I think I know the plan, because I'm in the process of implementing the plan. And once the plan works, then I can surely say I know the plan. You feel me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But with that, my brother, I appreciate you calling in. I know Love Star Nelson and all them sisters on the line, they smiling to hear your voice. And I'm going to call that attorney for you too, my brother.
No doubt. It's love.
It's love. Peace and love, family. Shouldn't the work of the temple trickle out to the community? Why isn't it happening? The temple, yes, I say sister, borrow bars. I mean, I don't know if that's a sister or whatever, but yeah, we should get our spiritual nourishment from the temple. We should get our spiritual nourishment from the temple. We should get our strategy and our plan together in the temple. We should be raising our children. We should be raising our children. Islam. Hold on, my brother. Hold on. We should be raising our children in the temple. We should be raising our children to be responsible in society. And yes, the work should trickle out into the community. It should never stay in the temple. You should never stay in the temple. You should only be in the temple on Friday to get your nourishment, your spiritual upliftment, and whatever meetings you have, you should get your upliftment and your strategy, and then you get your go card. Go uplift all of humanity. The purpose of the Moorish Science Temple of America is to uplift all of humanity. That means you can't do it stuck in the temple. You can't be stuck in the temple. Come on, my brother. What's going on, my brother? Moorish, what's up, my brother and comrade? Talk to me, brother. Praise the Lord. That's my brother. Solid brotherhood.
So, you can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this comes from the Moorish readers and connected to America. I captured it with y'all lead. Alright, so it says, in connection with our religious aims and beliefs, we must promote economic security.
That's right.
Preaching of economic security among us is by no means as widespread and intensive as the circumstances demand.
That's right.
No other one thing is more needed. No one thing is more needed among us at this time than greater economic power. Better positions for our men and women, more business employment for our boys and girls, and bigger incomes will follow our economic security. We shall be secure in nothing until we have economic power. A beggar people cannot develop the highest in them, neither can they attain to the genuine enjoyment of the spiritualities.
That's right.
So I want to lay that down aside from all the people that's on there thinking this is all about driving without license and all that stuff. We got to get to work. We can't be, running around with this petty stuff.
That's right, brother. That's right. And the Prophet Noble Ali said that we can't obtain to genuine. What's that last line, brother? A spiritual. What did he say?
Hold on, just put it down for a second. Hold on.
Yeah. Because I want to touch on that.
Genuine enjoyment of the spiritualities of life.
Exactly. A beggar people cannot enjoy the genuine enjoyments of the spiritualities of life. And the reason why are you worrying about your stomach, the hole in your stomach? Why are you worrying about where you're going to sleep at? Why are you worrying about all the things that's necessary to sustain you on earth? You ain't got time to think about God, Allah, or nobody. So we need to get our economic security in order. And because a brother like this, you see, brother like Moorish Hot, he would be the brother in the temple that's supposed to be the business manager. He's supposed to get the business jumping. He's supposed to get all the businesses jumping or spearhead them. I'm the one that's going to say, come on, y'all, let's go. Let's get all behind Moorish Hot. I'm the war cry. We need to know each and everyone's talents and then put us to work. Now, the thing is, if we don't use the temple as home base, how are we going to discover each one's talent? We all over the place. We need to stop playing. And all you Moors that got these sister women and y'all come to the temple without them, bring your woman to the temple. Oh yeah, I'm stepping on some toes today. Bring your woman to the temple. Because more science is predicated on the family. Without the family, we can't build nations. Why I keep seeing fellas coming to the temple by themselves, brother? Why? You understand what I'm saying, Moorish? I think Moorish got lost. But nevertheless, why we keep on seeing brothers come to, why do we always see brothers come to the temple by themselves? Why? Why Moorish events brothers by themselves? When Moorish Science Temple of America is built on a family structure. Why? Come on, man. Come on, man. Bring them sisters in the temple. Teach a sister how to wrap a turban so she can look smooth. So she can look smooth in that turban. She ain't got to look old school like she's back in 1640. 2016, that turban. 2016, that turban. Y'all need to stop playing. Y'all need to stop playing. And if the sister don't want to wear the turban, bring her to the temple anyway. Bring her to the temple anyway. Let the old Moors look at her funny. Because you know how them old Moors do. They get a little stuck in their ways sometimes, you know. They get stuck in their ways. So let me see. So we can't know our leaders. So we can't know who our leaders are. You know what I mean? Be careful, boy. Be careful, boy. Some of the old brother will put you right back in slavery with over Ali. He ain't lying. There's barely anyone in there when I went. That's right. But we need to bring people with us. We thought you were going to have that con artist on. Polight had to leave, family. He coming back tomorrow at 6 o'clock. You know what I mean? It is an old statement or his direct writing. You know what I mean? Let me tell y'all something. My brother Nasir put on a point. The old statements need to be taken with a grain of salt. And the reason why I'm saying this, I'm not saying that they're wrong. Nah, I must speak from this point of view. The old statements were compiled in the 80s. I know who compiled them. I know who compiled them. I can actually get them on the phone right now. But from the 90s, when I joined the Moorish Science Temple America, until now, man, the old statements then quadrupled. They have quadrupled. So you got to be careful with that. The Prophet Ali said, study the Holy Quran, the questionnaire, and the Constitution and bylaws. Those are the primary sources of Moorish Science Temple of America. Those are the primary sources of the Moorish Science Temple of America. The Holy Quran, the questionnaire, Constitution and bylaws. You know, those are the primary sources. Any other questions? I wish I could give my number. I wish I could talk about Moorish science all day. I wish I could help everybody to understand Moorish science like I understand it. Because I'm telling you, I ain't spooked out at all. I'm telling you, anybody that know me, he said, who are the Grand Council of the MSTFA? Youssef Mutadel. Let me tell you something. Okay. In the Moorish Science Temple of America, the Prophet Ali set up the Moorish Science Temple of America as a structure. And he said that we would not even know. This is one of the old statements too, but I mean, it rings true. Well, we know when they're true because it kind of, it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy that if you're not careful, you won't know that I've been here. 50 years from now, you won't even know. It'd be the third, fourth generation coming. So anyway, with that being said, the Prophet Ali set up the Moorish Science Temple in such a way that it was set up like a government. And what I mean like a government, like a theocracy. So the Grand Council are the ones who interpret the law. No different than you have the jurors in Saudi Arabia to interpret Islamic law. The Prophet Ali set up the Grand Council, and the head of that Grand Council, he was appointed to, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong a little bit, but I'm probably not, was Emiliel. You know what I mean? He's the first appointed Supreme Grand Sheikh, you know, of the Moorish Science Temple of America by the Prophet Ali. In other words, the Supreme Grand Council was to interpret the law. For example, When we say in the Moorish Science Temple of America, you are not to make any radical agitating speeches. While up, you are not to make any radical agitating speeches. Today, we need that interpreted. What is radical? You know, because radical in 1920 is not radical in 2016, if you can follow me. So, in other words, the Grand Council interprets the law. The grand body is one who, if I'm not mistaken, y'all may be off a little bit, enforces the law. Well, in most grand bodies, don't have a Grand Council. I am a part of a grand body that does have a Grand Council. I am. So that's how I know what the particular practice of the grand body. I mean the Grand Council. The Grand Council interprets the law. You know, interprets the teachings of the prophet to find out what is proper Moorish science and what is not. Like I say, while up making a public speech, you must not speak radical against the church or any member of any organized group. That has to be defined in 2016. Just like every other law in any other nation has to be reinterpreted with the times. And that's what a Grand Council is. You know, why am I a joke? Call in, brother. Why am I a joke? Huh? Why am I a joke? Who a joke? Don't buy bull. Come on and call in. Don't buy bull. Look at the number before I get up out of here. You know what I mean? Interest in property. Don't forget the Moorish God also. That's what I'm reading from. That's details for the Moorish God. Absolutely, Moorish High. The Moorish God is a great source of information due to the fact that it's credible because it was edited by people and the prophet, but most importantly, people that sat with the prophet. You know, and we're talking about the older editions. You know, the ones before the prophet passed away. So that is a great form. That is a great form of information. But with that being said, family, he said it's lagging, and we're going to get up out of here. Nationality and the corporation. Go to those that know the law, like the prophet say. Absolutely. Go to those that know the law and ask on the intelligent tone. Most of these people say that, but they don't go and ask on the intelligent tone. You know? So with that is, I don't know what happened, but anyway, Islam family, let's rock out and get up out of here. Here we go. Biden.
Leave it to me, I will. You lames, you gotta chill. You so not real. I've been watching you face snakes acting different, cause you don't live in the hood and don't get public assistance. Man, my people be tripping when they think they better. All type of degrees, still dumber than ever. So corrupt and foul, but they know how to hide. They polish their life and look good on the outside before the veil black and I expose them all. They be tricking worse than them shorties up in the mall, getting high as a kite, beating their wife and got a mistress and got enough to look down on you. The brothers is cursed, even worse than the no not. We know who you are, but all the heck we do is throw shots. We see what you got. Okay, you made it to school. Okay, you overcame. Lord, homie, that's cool. That's cool. So, you done came up with your little education. Now you want to look down on me and my people.
Hey, I'm borrowing bars. He said the temple is supposed to be teaching civics. False, brother. The temple is supposed to teach everything. But on a Friday holy day, it's a holy day. It's to raise your thoughts to infinite wisdom. The temple is just not supposed to be teaching civics. It should be teaching civics. It should be teaching spirituality. It should be teaching nationality. It should be teaching divine creed. It should be teaching everything. Don't try to corner it up into, don't try to corner into the teacher. The temple is supposed to be teaching civics. The temple is supposed to teach everything necessary to make us better citizens. Everything. Let's go.
We'll keep on looking down. That's right. And watch us. We on the come up.
That's right, fam. Let's go. I'm sick and tired of these lame old frauds. Keep picking up the mic device, acting so hard. I've been through that fire, the type of things you never heard of. Lord lanes like you will commit self-murder. You acting like life's so sweet over a beat. In the street without your heat, you clowns is weak. In the spot, in the box, you straight mince meat. Them tattoo tears make you look like a geek. Little sideshow freak, acting like they cheat, acting like they me, or who I used to be. But they all be embellishing, no effing intelligence. Taking care of your seeds, irrelevant, impressing them shorties, cause she got a little shape. While her nail and her weave, her whole style is fake. How can she be a dime? Her brain flat line, her birth canal is probably foul as swine. Dead. Spit a few bars, that might put you on. Now you act like you hard. You ain't hard, no. You straight bluffing. Exactly. I'm getting at you. Let's go. I'm trying to tell you all, just wake up. How many lives will we destroy to get kicked up? How much time will it take us to even the score? How many don't feed babies on the NICU floor? How many queens gotta turn into crackhead whores before we understand our savior is just to be born? We got our eyes to the sky, the solution is in us. God put. I say, brother, call in before I go. You so short. Borrow reference, borrowing bars. Call in, brother. Call in. Let's call in and talk about it. We can have a conversation, can't we? Huh? I mean, tell them call in. Everybody type in, call in, borrowing bars. Call in. Let's get them to call in. Everybody type in, call in. Call in, call in, call in, call in. Hey, call in, call in, call in. Come on, borrowing bars. You know more science. You know more science so well. Come on, call in. Come on. Where you at? Come on, ain't no need to go back and forth. I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm going to put the number here again. Ain't no need to go back and forth. I'm right here. But I bet you ain't going to call in. No, sir. You ain't going to call in. Yeah. Huh? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Oh. I'll put the number again. Borrowing bars. Call in. I'll put it in again. Call in. There you go. Call in, brother. I'm going to give you a few minutes. Call in, borrowing bars. I don't think you want to talk it. I don't think you want to talk that. Because we talk real more science here. We get it straight from the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Uncut. Uncut. See, y'all haven't been learning the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, so y'all think that other stuff is. Uncut. Raw. Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Yeah. I mean. Brother Hicks Bay, we need to create Moorish judges, brother. I already said that. We need to create. Brother, you create one for us, brother. Hicks Bay, you create the first Moorish judge, brother. Can you do that for me? Ask them where they at. You don't remember, Talk, we was cheating after the Sharif debate outside. We was cheating. What are you talking about? Cheating. We were cheating. What are we talking about? We were cheating. Well, already, you missed a whole lot of stuff already. Hey, Bar and Bars, what are you talking about? I need to see you. Now, unity is the order of the day, Bar and Bars, not status. Unity. That means correct your status, but unity. We need unity more than anything. You know what I mean? We need unity more than anything. We need unity, man. You keep on correcting your status. Do it as an individual. See how far it gets you. But imagine if we got 100,000 people correcting them status and known as Moorish American Muslim. You ain't got to file no paperwork then. You ain't got to do nothing. I mean, you ain't got to do nothing. Yeah. Boss, call in. Call in, Bob. I'm about to go because you ain't going to call in. I got to see who you are. Borrowing bars. You borrowing bars. Oh, my goodness. All right, I'm up out, man. I'm up out, boss. I see y'all tomorrow at 6 o'clock. I see y'all tomorrow at 6 o'clock, all right? 6 o'clock. Everybody press 1. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Can I see y'all tomorrow at 6 o'clock? I'm going to press 1. Tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Tomorrow at 6 o'clock. We're going to do it again. That's right. Boss, why you ain't call in? One love, family. Look, one love, family. We all good. We all good, family. Tomorrow at 6, I'm going to see y'all. We're going to get it in. That's right. Tomorrow we done. We good. We get Brother Polight back here.